happening, weirdos? This is Brian Jordan Alvarez, the creator and star of one of me and Val's favorite shows that we've seen in recent years, English Teacher, which you can watch on FX or Hulu, I believe. It's so good. It's so good. And we ripped through it, and then I reached out, and here we are, chatting with Brian Jordan Alvarez. So glad you're here. You might have also seen him in Megan, the one that has a 3 instead of an E. Is that Megan 3? I don't know. 80 for Brady. He's very funny. He's wonderful. He's here. I'm glad you guys are here as well. Not much to plug up top. Thank you to everybody that came out to North and South Carolina. Thank you to everybody that came out to Sacramento, which were amazing shows. The show's coming up next. I have LA this Thursday. If you listen to this, the week it comes out, I am at Largo in LA once a month doing my stand-up show there. It's always the highlight of my month. This one is tomorrow. So come out to that if you can. July 16th, largo-la.com for tickets. And go to peteholmes.com for all my dates. Portland, Maine is coming up. Verona, New York. Vancouver, San Luis Obispo, Madison, Wisconsin. They're all on peteholmes.com. And check out my kids' book, which is called Spells to Cast on Your Parents. That is available for pre-order now. I hope you like it. We just did the audiobook. It was so fun. But the book will be out in September, and you can pre-order it now. I think that's it. Oh, yeah, Silly Silly Fun Boys on YouTube. I Am Not For Everyone is on YouTube. 2 comedy specials, 2 full comedy specials are up fresh on YouTube. And in the meantime, enjoy my chat with the incredible Brian Jordan Alvarez. Get into it. Okay, we were walking in. I'm so excited that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm glad.
I really am.
Are you?
Yeah.
I
haven't been on a podcast in so long, so I was like, and I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to talk. I was like,
Are you
making
really?
notes. Yeah,
well,
just
please
like.
Make sure.
Also, I don't do stand up, so I'm like, well, maybe I can make him laugh. You know?
Well, you do.
Oh, thanks.
I just think I was doing stand up this weekend in where was I? Denver.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really high up there.
Yeah.
And I asked people, it's like, I don't do a lot of crowd work, but I say, what are you watching?
Yeah.
People always say English Teacher.
No way.
People love it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They might know that I love it.
Okay.
So maybe they're
right.
podcast fans.
They're like trying to get it right. English teacher? You're like, yeah. You're like, what's it about?
Tell me the pilot.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the pilot. What a great pilot.
Oh, thanks.
It's an incredible show, and I'm really... So it's one of those things where I'm going to try to not dork out too much because if you're feeling any of that, like, I haven't been on a podcast in a while. Just know that it's similar over here.
Yeah, good.
We're watching you, and I started rewatching the first season. I just think it's a phenomenal show.
Thanks, man.
And I said this to you when we spoke on the phone. I was like, I think there's I hope there's a certain category of compliment for people who have also made autobiographical, although yours isn't, you know what I mean?
Sure,
but shows about you.
No, I
from your
felt so simpatico talking about. Yeah.
And I was
it's such a rare experience.
But when I'm watching a show and it's like the creator and the writer and the star and often the director, I'm like, if I'm being honest, I'm always like, they can't pull it off. They can't do it. I'm going to feel them like watching the other performances because that's what I was doing. I don't know if anyone can tell, but when I watch my own show, I'm like, I'm not in the scene. I'm watching this guy and I'm thinking about the edit.
Oh, yeah.
So you did a great job.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. There were takes when there's a take that we had to fix you do a lot of, I don't know if you guys did this.
Split screen?
You have to split the screen, yeah. So it's like a 2-shot, but actually it's not happening at the same time. They're using whatever.
So you would build it a lot.
Yeah. But one that I remember specifically was because I had just told someone to say a line a certain way, which maybe I shouldn't be doing that.
No, you can do that.
Yeah. But I was.
You mean because people don't like line reads?
Right.
But you're an actor. How do you feel about line reads?
I love them.
I love them
every
too.
actor I know is like, I love the.
Help me cheat. You love comedy then.
Yeah.
You don't do stand up.
Right. Well, because it's rhythmic too. Yeah.
Exactly. Comedians go up on the word maybe.
Right.
And then it's funnier. Why would I be mad at you? But I understand.
Yeah. No, especially with rhythmic comedy. You're like, no, it has to go like da 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 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm the friend I was working with in this scene is Stephanie, who's like the most talented. She's an amazing redhead on English Teacher. Yeah. So talented. And
would we call her a redhead?
Yeah. You don't think she's a redhead? What would you call her?
I don't see it.
What do you see? Brunette?
I'm a little colorblind. So I see her as a brunette.
Oh, wow.
So you should know she got a full upgrade.
I think she might agree with you because sometimes I identify her more as a redhead than she even identifies
really?
as.
Never once thought. I need like a real orange.
Are you green-red colorblind?
Not usually. I'm also
You might be
lady blind. Val teases me.
Like,
She's
I can't look at her.
It's not
You're like,
that,
and when the girls come on, I always.
It's funny that you say that because I've been trying to make friends. And one of the things I'm fascinated with your show is it is about, let's get to the split screen, don't forget, but it's about friends loving each other. Like, that's very clear to me. It's like one of the things that struck me that was unique was that you and, what is Stephanie's
Her character's name is Gwen. Yeah.
So you and Gwen say, I love each other. You tell your husband, I love you. Right. You like help each other out, or if you don't, you talk about it. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
And Val, who loves TV as well, is like, it's just friends hanging out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a hard thing to do.
I know. Well, it's what they always say not to make a show about, right?
Really?
They're like, don't think you can just make a show about just people hanging out. And it's like, but all the best shows are mostly about just people hanging out.
Well, yes, Seinfeld.
I feel like you hear that from like screenplay teachers or something. You know, they're like, don't just think you and your friends are so interesting.
Your show is a living testament.
It's a living testament. It's living on Hulu. Yeah. No, but there's a split screen. What I'm saying is that you're talking about watching yourself and seeming like there's literally, they had to split screen it because I was mouthing her lines.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, do it like this. And then she's doing it and I'm mouthing it. And then they're like, oh, yeah, we had to use another take of you because you're literally mouthing the other actors.
Okay, good.
But Will Smith was apparently doing that on
What are you,
Fresh
reading
Prince.
My mind?
Is that, yeah. Have you heard that? Okay, yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
So I am
Another famous
10
story.
years older than you.
Do you know David Schwimmer was who Men in Black was originally for? Do you know that one?
What?
Yeah, good pieces of Will Smith trivia. Yeah.
Wait, David Schwimmer
Men in Black
was going to be Will Smith?
Was going to be Will Smith's part. I think.
David Schwimmer?
David Schwimmer.
Look, I like David Schwimmer.
Think about the years that this was happening.
Yeah, David Schwimmer.
Friends was at a fever pitch.
Huge. People loved Schwimmer.
Where we hold is it
like an ice cream cone?
Okay.
You're doing great.
I'm trying to get
That's natural.
Okay, good. Yeah.
That's good.
But what's funny is you don't have any. I'm like, I don't know.
Katie's listening.
You don't have any feedback. Okay.
You don't worry about it.
It has a broad.
But I would say, what I was saying about the split scene. Okay, a lot.
Yeah.
The Will Smith thing.
Yeah, let's start there.
They've been like marketing and packaging Will Smith as like a perfect human for a really long time.
Yeah.
A friend of mine went to his house once and said he was shirtless on a treadmill with like those diodes on him.
Yeah.
And like they were literally
like E.T.
Yeah. They were literally like studying the perfect human.
Wow.
So this is a thing, and it even goes back, I think, to Will Smith.
I buy it. I think
Fresh Prince days.
Perfect. Yeah.
He's pretty great. Couple, slip ups.
Wait, but what are you going to say about the Fresh Prince?
I don't want to. But when he would mouth other people's lines on the Fresh Prince, it seems like we saw the same daytime talk show.
Yeah, I see.
They framed it as he's such a good actor, he doesn't just learn his lines, he learns everybody else's lines.
You're right.
And
it got me, yeah.
Right?
So I should think of myself like that.
Well, I think you're having a more sober approach because that is a spin.
Yeah.
Everyone in every TV show ever, unless you're really just have no mind for memorization, you know everybody's lines by the third time you do it.
Right, especially in a multicam.
Yeah, in an ensemble.
You do all these rehearsals.
It's a rhythm.
Yeah.
So they took something that was actually arguably kind of a flaw, like he can't not, and they were like, "No, you're actually so good."
Yeah.
So that was Will Smith stuff.
That's actually good.
Yeah, that's actually excellent.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I was going to say about friendship, and you mentioned girls and not looking at them. Mm-hmm. I'm really just putting this to you totally randomly. I was like, I don't go to lunch alone with my girlfriends.
Mike Pence had the same thing. Did you know that?
Don't put me in the Pence fence. Don't Pence me in, bro.
That was one of his famous policies.
Really?
And I always,
but I don't.
thought
I'm not
it was
proud
a little
of
bit
it.
reason. I was like, I see.
Thanks for not hanging me out to dry.
Like, okay, if I'm getting into something with a new guy, and we're gonna go the monogamy route, which is not always how you go as a gay guy, but
yeah,
if we're monogamous, and then I'm going to a lunch alone with another. Attractive gay man who really is single or available.
Yes.
Thoughts.
Okay.
Everybody's.
Thank you. I thought you were going to Pence me out to dry there because it is sort of old fashioned and stupid. I'm
it's
experimenting
just practical. It's like you don't want to start
But I'm
an
like
affair.
an all the way guy. A lot of my friends, I'm friends with a lot of lesbians because I like that it removes the sexual component.
That makes sense.
I'm like, this is great. We can really just hang out. And I do feel that way about my guy friends.
Are you kissing these girlfriends
I kiss them right on the
mouth?
nips.
Yeah.
On the nips. Okay. Just a little light perimeter of the nips.
So have you done these solo lunches with straight gal pals?
No.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but it's not, your wife's not saying don't do it.
No. She's saying, what's wrong with you? There's one lady friend
You're like,
that
I'm going to fall in love with him.
I had a bit about it. I look at it. I favor. What is it? I flatter myself. I go. I don't want to hang out with a girl. There is something you could do. But you're not going to. Either I'm going to like her and she's not going to like me, and that'll hurt my feelings, or she's going to like me and I'm not going to like her, and that'll hurt her feelings. But I'm like, this is kind of childish as I'm explaining it.
Well, I mean, once you're married, in a way, that should be the solve, because you're like, I can have lunch with you, and I'm in a relationship where the only rule forever is that I'm never gonna. Right. This is never gonna happen. So then that should free us to just be friends.
It should.
But then that could make it. Then you fall into this friendship, and you're sort of like stealing glances at each other, and that's even worse.
What's hotter than a forbidden romance? That's exactly what I'm saying. So you're walking.
It's a setup.
You can have lunch with your female friends. You can, but you are wherever you meet up. You are actually inside the mall where they sell forbidden romance. You might not buy it.
That's right.
But you are browsing in the forbidden romance, even if it's not on your mind.
I know.
I appreciate
how do you
work
prevent
this out.
that? There's no solve, really.
I completely agree. Are you one thing? Okay, where were we?
Okay.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
But also, nothing.
Should I pull up my notes?
Well, I can look at my notes, but I didn't want to leave something off. You're late a lot on English teacher.
Yeah,
not
I don't think
real
it's
thing.
very real. No,
You're also a
it's just to
morning
create a feeling of
person.
urgency.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to watch a show that starts with a guy just kind of calmly getting there on time. It's not very funny.
I know. I mean, that's you have to create all these problems. Even all that, you know, you got to write all these problems.
Yeah. One of them,
all the self-righteousness. I don't think I'm, I'm not really like that. I mean, I'm maybe internally like that, but I'm not. Brian would not stand up in an office meeting and be like, you know what? I think we should do something about this.
Yeah.
But maybe I want to be that person.
Where did you get that? Yeah, I like that about him.
I mean, I think like a lot of great things. I just saw Tina Fey talking about Lorne Michaels and how her and Jack Donaghy were actually her and Lauren in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And so I think similarly, English teacher, my character's dynamic toward the administration was in a way a little bit of a reflection, in a positive way, of making the show and like having to stand up for the script that you believe in, or like I think
there's a lot of shows that are actually about making the show.
Yeah, it's all you have to go on when you're doing it. You're like, well, this is what my life is about, and every part of life is sort of a kaleidoscope of. It's like everything's a metaphor for everything. So you're like, well, yeah, making this show could be like working in a school,
and you had to stand up to the principal or whatever.
Yeah, and be like, I mean, I guess it's like in the making of the show, maybe it's even how I viewed myself. Because if you're going to make a good show, right, there's all these people making it with you, above you, at your level. Like there's people all around, and you're having to collaborate with them or often disagree with them. And so I think in one way or another, I ended up seeing myself as sort of obtuse, like I'm the guy that has to be disagreeing all the time because I'm the guy that like is like the show was whatever, my baby, and so I was often having to be like, well, I really think that this is the right thing to do or something. So maybe it's just how I felt, but then what also happens is in a pilot, which I always say what's a little annoying. I mean, I'm so grateful that I got to make it. But we made it for 2 seasons, and then it didn't get renewed. But it's like when you're making a pilot or you're making a TV show in general, what you're trying to do is set up a perpetual motion machine.
Yeah.
So the reason they work I don't know if people know, maybe everybody knows this, but the reason they work so long on pilots to get like that character in place and these character dynamics is because you're trying to set up something that can then just keep running, like Friends or Seinfeld or whatever. So yeah, I think maybe just in the pilot we found that as part of the perpetual motion machine. It's like, oh, Evan always needs to be standing up for something he believes in, but often doing it in ways that don't work or that get him into more trouble. And then maybe about half the time he needs to be wrong, basically.
Right, which is super
which is
fun.
like me trying to make the show. You know?
Exactly right. And you're principled. Like
you say
in the pilot. I just rewatched
principled,
the pilot.
Yeah.
Principled.
Exactly.
You've been principled and you are principled.
Yeah.
That you're burdened with having to do something that you care about. Like you're like, I won't just get a tech job. I have to do something that I care about.
This actually, you're reminding me. I do relate to this. I think I.
And your boyfriend is like, that's
seek
annoying.
Nobility of spirit in my life.
Yeah.
And it can be painful sometimes
and inconvenient.
Yeah. And you're also like, am I doing that right? Even that right? But and my boyfriend what?
Your boyfriend made a joke. Well, he's not exactly your boyfriend in the pilot, but he says, like,
oh right, he's like, just get a tech job,
and he says some joke like, not I hate that for you, but like that's inconvenient, or like
right, because I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to have
a
a job that I care about.
Yeah, and he's like, that sucks for you.
Yeah.
And he also said that's when he says he listens to Red Scare, which is so funny.
Yeah, I know. We didn't know if that reference would time out.
I don't even know what Red Scare is.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I just assumed Red stayed Red Scare. I don't know.
It's a podcast.
Is that what it is?
That was really. I think that joke line really worked. Yeah.
Well, the pilot does something really great, which is it addresses. Somehow it's still topical. Like you guys are in line getting your food, and you're talking about how the kids are less woke, and they're all saying the
because
R
we're
word.
kind of talking about horseshoe theory. We're like, well, the kids have gotten so woke.
Is that horseshoe theory?
Isn't
it
it?
Like it just
that
breaks?
Once something becomes fully liberal, it becomes conservative again, and once something becomes fully conservative, it becomes liberal.
Interesting.
That's sort of what the show is playing with a lot of the time.
Which is fun that you were able to make it fast enough that was still relevant.
Yeah.
And then I was like, is that... And
maybe
in your experience, I'm not asking you to be a representative of like any community, but like, is that your experience that like liberal people are kind of being like, no, I'm actually kind of conservative?
Let me see. I mean, no, it's just this. I just think it always happens. You can always see it. I remember in high school being like, wow. I thought of it like I thought I was thinking this thought for the first time in history. You know, I was like, I know some people that are so militantly liberal that they almost seem conservative, you know? Mm-hmm. And so that's, but it goes both, it's like, you know, this is a very famous thought. Yeah. It's like,
Tell me about the process of making the pilot, because I really do think it's fantastic. And the specific lens I'm looking at it is it's a very small story, not an elevator pitch. There's a gay English teacher.
I know. It's no concept almost.
It's no concept.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful, and there's a little conflict. Okay, sorry, I just watched it. I might remember it better than you.
This is good. Pick
There's
it apart.
Almost no, not in a bad way. No conflict, but there is a little bit of conflict from an unseen person.
Right.
Somebody you don't meet.
And then it also gets solved off camera.
And then it gets solved off camera.
And then you're like, I think I'm just watching this show for these vibey relationship dynamics.
You are. Yeah. And the music and I wanted to know about I guess we're jumping past writing the pilot and stuff, but like the colors of the school, the clothes, the way it's shot, everything felt really, really intentional. I think people really relate to something that feels like it was made, not just like, let's make a fucking show, but like, were you involved in like the colors of the hallway?
Yes. Extreme over involved.
I mean, English is infinite. Like everything goes
that was me.
This is iconic. Like,
see, hold on. This is the it's called the pitfall of, anyway, but basically I'm saying you're gonna find that my Achilles heel is I'm not humble enough about this show. I should be like, no, it was nothing. It's not even good. I'm like, that thing was incredible because I think maybe it's my right as somebody who you know, it was canceled after 2 seasons. So now I'm just like, you know what? It was perfect.
You can.
Yeah, but I just really love the show, and it was very intentional. Yeah, we had a great production designer, Kate Bunch, but we I was like, I want things to be so brightly colored. Really, I was inspired by Almodovar a lot. Have you ever seen any of his movies? Like All About My Mother, this movie that won the Oscar in '99. But I was really, and Jonathan Kreisel too. And we were all really trying to. He directed the pilot and lots of the episodes, and he was an EP, and he was just a big part of the voice of the show.
And color, and like you're often like you're getting hit by balls, like a ball will hit you, a football will hit you. Like it's almost, I don't know how to put it, but like it's moving. Yeah, it's not this like stagnant show, and the colors are alive. I just
cared so much too. You know, sometimes this hasn't happened to me that much, but sometimes you're working on something, or you'll see somebody working on something. And they're kind of like, actually, my friend was just telling me he was directing something, and he's like, "Yeah, you know, you do it," and you're kind of looking around like, "So is everybody like fine with just that?" And they're like, "Yeah, we can move on." And like on our show, it was just like we were like, "How do we get one more drop of like honeysuckle fluid out of this scene? And how do I make that look better? And how do I mean, part of it was I allowed my focus to just fully just be like, okay, so actually this is all I'm going to care about until it's over. But I did have a mantra that, or not necessarily a mantra, but I remember being like, well, one thing I can do is just always every day show up and go, how do I make the show even better? Like right now, how do I, and in the writing, how do we make the script even better? You know, because it's not a big task to make something a little better. You know?
Yeah.
And then if you're just doing that every day.
That's that Japanese thing. Do you know that
Is
thing?
it? No.
There's a Japanese principle of like, I can't really do it. Like if you're exercising, exercise for one more minute.
Whoa.
And then they're like, but if you do that every day for a year, well, that's a lot of minutes, but you'll die.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the idea of like, how do we just get a little bit better every day instead of getting overwhelmed?
Yeah.
But that intentionality and that drive.
We just cared so much. That's it.
How did you maintain that? Were you like really careful about?
I mean, maybe it's beginner's luck in a way, or not beginner's luck, but do you listen to Lana Del Rey at all?
Not really.
Probably passively.
If it's on?
Yeah. On these dates with these women that you go on. You guys
that's why we're falling in love, because Lana Del Rey is on.
Anyway.
No, I'm not a huge music person, I guess, but
she's what I like. She's a genius, and she. All I'm saying is her first album is so good, and you're like, well, yeah. This is the album that her whole life was leading to until that moment. Then after that, she's made a lot of brilliant art. But there's something about, for English teacher, in theory, it's like there was so much in the reservoir, like behind my dam, like ready to break out if I ever get to make it. Because that was the first time I was on a set that was like, that had this kind of money. And what was nice was I had made so much of my own stuff that it felt very natural to be like, yeah. And I knew how all of it worked because I had come up like, you know, making stuff myself. So it was just amazing to be like, whoa, now this guy asks me where I want the camera to, I just get to be like there. And then I get to look at it and be like, oh, you know, what would make this look better. And I knew, so I think it was that. It was just like, in a way, all of my practice and talent had been waiting for this opportunity, and so it was sort of unleashed into English.
I know
teacher,
exactly what you're talking about. Well, that's why the sophomore album is that sophomore slump. Right, I'm not saying that happened with Lana Del Rey. Yeah, happened with almost every artist.
It's a famous thing. Yeah, no, and I was feeling that a little bit about season 2, but some people like season 2 even better. So I'm.
We talked about that. We're almost done with season 2. We have one more episode, and I felt a difference.
It's different. It's more of a comedy, I think.
Yeah, and
it's just like comedy.
There's a little bit I'm not putting it down, but in the first season I didn't see any, what is it called when someone like builds a cabin and you don't even see any like nails?
Right.
In season 2, it wasn't. No. It doesn't make it bad. It's very, very, very good. We're loving it. But every once in a while I'll see a nail.
You're like, they had to build this one.
Or I'll go, that I don't why I'm telling you I love this show. Everybody should watch this show. But season 1, there's something that was like, you could probably say the same about my show. And it's also
because we worked on season 1 for years.
Yeah.
Because you work on the pilot for years, and then there was like, you know, a small room. I don't know what those are called now, but there was like a small I think the word mini room is okay. I don't know what
Zoom
the deal
room.
Is.
I think is a
yeah. So but then and then we have. Then we have a real room, and then I think the strikes happen, and then we do it again, and we go over the whole first season again. So it was like, it was just years. And then season 2, you're like, all right, we have to make this in a year, which is a lot faster.
Right.
Really.
Yes. Again, I think it's wonderful. That one of the things that was unique about your show is there's a lot of crosstalk, and there's a lot of like...
We're doing it right now.
We are.
Because I'm talking over you.
But the problem is, that is how people talk. It's also very funny. Yeah. It's also not very funny to have like oddball characters like Sean Patton or what's the guy with hair?
Carmen Christopher.
Carmen, who's amazing.
Yeah,
they're both amazing.
Great, yeah.
Everybody on the show is amazing. But like, it's not very funny to have somebody like Sean's character wait for his time to talk. It's so much funnier that he would just be like, "This is how people are at lunch."
Right,
but
and
that's
once
really
people
hard to
all know
shoot,
each other, they just talk over each other. All
but
the
how
time.
did you shoot that? Was it just like you'd have to use the whole take then, or something?
Question. How did we shoot it? I mean, the simple answer that my mind goes to is cross shooting. You're largely talking about the whole show, but really probably what comes to mind is these cafeteria scenes. Yeah. And those I think we cross shot on purpose so we could talk over each other so much.
That makes perfect sense.
And the first one in the pilot, which you said you just rewatched, this is like whatever dumb trivia for the 5 people that care, but the first cafeteria scene in the pilot, that was the 3rd time we shot it. Like we shot it once. There was a recast. Then we shot it again when we like finished shooting the pilot with the new actor.
Oh wow!
And then we were going into the season, and I, in my obtuse way that I'm saying, I was like, I swear, this scene is the scene. This is gonna this is onboarding people to the show.
Yeah.
And it's not right yet because it was
It's
good.
an important scene,
but
yeah.
it was the one we had, the second one we shot was good, but it was, like you're saying, it was people saying their lines.
Yeah.
With a little bit of overlapping, but they were definitely saying their lines. And I was like, it has to be insane.
Yeah.
It has to be like you don't even know what anyone's talking about.
Totally.
And so we shot it again, we cross shot.
Yes.
I remember Carmen was getting he was getting frustrated that day because he was like, no one's letting me say anything. And I was like, no, just trust it. You know,
just say it.
Just try to get it in, you
It's
know?
funny, that character in particular is the pop guy.
Yeah,
It'll pop to him and he
Boom,
says the funniest thing.
So good. Or really good one. He was always trying to make us laugh. Yeah, a lot of that's improv.
Is a lot of it improv? That was the next question.
It's a lot. It's a blend, yeah. But that first cafeteria scene is cross shot, yeah.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Because that is the thesis of the show.
Yeah.
And it does feel like Friends.
Yeah.
And I think so Sean's character has, I think, an endearing perspective.
Of course.
He says he doesn't vote until he watches the debates, and you get the sense that that's not really true. Yeah. But then he pulls on your character's heartstring, which is he calls it like integrity of vision
spirit
or of spirit or something.
Nobility of spirit.
Nobility of spirit.
Kind of what I said earlier.
Which is what your character. So you see how these guys would cross contaminate each other. Even though you have like kind of a conspiracy or whatever you want to say Sean is, and your character, but you can see why they would like each other privately or quietly.
Yeah. Or basically that they do like each other.
No, I don't even know why I made it a conspiracy. It's not. Or
I know
secret.
what you mean though. Yeah.
They do like each other, but I think in a bad show, the gay male teacher is enemies. With
at odds. Yeah,
but you kind of can't help but love Sean.
It's so cute.
And that's what like unlikely. It's Han Solo.
Yeah,
it's the guy that
I don't know Star Wars well enough.
Oh, it's okay, but he's a villain. He transports
Harrison Ford.
He's not like a traditional villain, but he does kill Greedo. Greedo?
Oh my God, he killed Greedo.
They
killed him.
They made a point to
was
be
Greedo
like Han.
a positive figure?
You don't know this?
I watched all the Star Wars all in order.
You should know one thing about Star Wars. Is it Greedo, Katie? Just right. Yeah, Greedo. So Han is at a table. This is in A New Hope, the very first one. He's a smuggler. So he's like a drug dealer, kind of. He's smuggling stuff for Jabba the Hutt. So he's a bad guy. So he's redeemed by working with the Force and with Luke and everything. But he has a meal with Greedo, and he shoots him. Before Greedo does anything, Han shoots him under the table. In the reboot or the reimagining, that remember the George Lucas recut, they changed it that Greedo shot Han. They shot
That's
Adam.
A huge deal.
The fans were livid, and there are shirts that say Han shot first.
When they came out in the 90s and they redid the CGI?
When they did all the sorry, but I didn't need it. They added some like lizards and shit. Yeah. They also changed a very core principle of Han Solo, which is that he's a bad guy that murders people.
But this sounds like maybe George Lucas always wanted it like that, and he goes, I'm gonna go back and fix that studio note. Or
Look,
something.
I think there's a whole movie about it.
Is
I think there's a whole and I think I've seen it.
What's the take? What
I think
happened?
he just was like, these are kids movies, and you can't have a
and you
hero.
have to have the good guy be good. Yeah,
he needs to be good.
right,
and they were like, but in the 70s, it was like, no, he's pretty good. He's shooting that weird alien guy, and we're like, no, that's a person. Greedo had a family.
But Greedo is his name?
His name's Greedo, yeah. So you might see people
But does the audience know that Greedo is a good... Greedo's neutral.
No, he's a bad guy.
Oh, okay. So Han Solo kills a bad guy, so what's the problem?
Because it's unprovoked. It's like he shot a guy that was like just sitting there.
But
it would be like
guy.
if I shot you, just like that's Han Solo.
That'd be terrible.
Just like I don't like this, and then I shoot you. It's like it is a bad.
It
so
sounds
he made
cool,
it
like a cool intro to a character. Yeah.
It's a great intro. So it would be like if you went back and ADR'd Sean Patton to be like, of course I loved Obama, and then he says everything he says.
Right.
So anyway, we digress. I am curious about. We digress. We digress. I'm interested in when you were writing the pilot, talking about these things. There's an issue from an unseen character, and it's resolved off camera. Literally, for people who haven't seen the pilot, which you should, it won't spoil it. There's an issue. You are in trouble for kissing your boyfriend in front of class, and you're like taking It's a very funny part where you go homophobia.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it's very,
yeah.
This is a part of your character. Like you're going to take up this mantle,
right?
But then you go into the principal's office, you give him your letter, and you think, like in a classic show, okay, now there's going to be like a trial. My skin crawls. There would be like in a bad show, there would be that woman would respond and would say, no, I wouldn't celebrate it or whatever. It just goes away. You never got
but
noted.
It goes away in a specific way. I mean, I guess we'll spoil it, but it goes away
go in a specific
because the straight, conservative leaning, libertarian leaning coach, the bear,
he's a classic bear. He's wearing eyeliner. He's not, but Sean's one of those. I forget what his ethnicity is, but his eyelashes are so dark. He looks like Alice Cooper.
So cool. Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah,
he's amazing in the show.
A bust of a king or something.
Yeah. You think of him when you need strength,
nobility,
like you're gonna die.
Nobility of spirit.
He's got nobility of spirit. And
he's so great. He's such a big part of what worked about the show.
I've known Sean for, I don't know, 2 decades.
Yeah, and I was telling you on the phone, like he's somebody that so many people. Sean Patton is who we're talking about. Do you guys do this direct to camera?
You can Krasinski it.
Sean Patton that we're talking about. He's somebody that so many people were fans of, and he had never gotten that big part that he deserved that I was aware of, and so him getting this part and just making it sing was such a triumph, not just for him but for all the people that had been like, I knew that guy was going to be a big deal.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. And he knocked it. That was actually the first.
Because his acting is really great.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, you're mad about that?
Well, no, you never know.
No. That's one of his lines.
Oh, right.
In the pilot, he solves the problem, and you're mad at him for fighting homophobia with homophobia. And there's this very.
But all of that is the interesting thing is that he solved it for me, and then you're like, oh, so these guys are buddies,
right? Which we're back to the friends being friends.
Yeah.
But he's so fantastic. But you didn't get. I guess nobody like pushed back. Like I'll give you an example. I'm not ashamed of this, but in the pilot for Crashing, we like. I remember I wrote a smaller story, and then Judd was like, in a pilot, Pete has to stop a robbery. He said it very offhandedly, and I was so his apprentice that I was like, so Pete should stop a robbery. He's like, yeah, it could be that, maybe it's that, and I just literally did that. And when I watched the pilot of Crashing, I see how it works, but I appreciated that your pilot doesn't have Ethan, right?
Evan, yeah.
Oh,
whatever. Who cares?
You're so mad.
Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible. Yeah.
Valkyrie.
We
is
thought
the
about
first
naming
Tom
him Ethan.
Cruise.
Maybe you were feeling it. Yeah.
Valkyrie is the first movie.
Tom Cruise. I did see Valkyrie in theaters. Not bad.
I love T. Cruise, and I don't even know what Valkyrie is. That's
You've
a
never
joke
seen
on the show.
Valkyrie? Oh wow.
No, is it good?
It was good. It wasn't one of his big hits. He plays.
This is like in the category of Oblivion.
It's like the guy that tried to kill Hitler.
Yes, yeah. It was the same time period as Oblivion, and
Oblivion's a future comedy, not a comedy.
it's a comedy from the future. We don't know it's a comedy yet. Yeah, it'll be a comedy when all that happens.
Yeah.
No, but the really good one is Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
which they
Live, Die, Repeat. A marketing disaster.
That
You know, they
can't
tried
be
to
right.
rename it Live, Die, Repeat. It's officially called Live, Die, Repeat now.
But it's not. I know. Then I hear these tell of this. People are like, well, now that it's called Live, Die, Repeat, I'm like, nobody thinks it's called that. Nobody ever thought it was called that. We're not calling it that. Nobody's ever said that. We are smart enough to see that the billboards say Live, Die, Repeat. It's okay. Relax.
I think they were just convinced it would have made $100 billion if it was called Live, Die,
because
Repeat.
it didn't. Because it sort
Edge
of didn't do
Tomorrow.
as well as it should have.
It shouldn't have. Well, Bill Hader, I think, in my opinion, famously is like, it's a perfect movie.
It is
like
a perfect
best movie ever
right?
made.
People always love movies where the same thing happens 30 times, though.
It's
Groundhog Day is another perfect.
What
Well, it's like,
about,
because you only had to make 15 minutes of a movie, and then you got to make it over and over, so you could perfect
Palm
it.
Springs. Did you see Palm
No,
Springs?
no.
Oh, it's
That's the same thing?
Andy Samberg, Groundhog Day.
Oh, okay.
But they kind of did it in a new way.
Yeah.
Like they had him, like the first time you meet him, little spoiler, he does this incredibly he's at a party and he keeps like moving through the party seamlessly, like picking up a drink, helping somebody that's falling, sits down before a chair is there. And you're like, what the fuck? And you don't even know.
Stage direction.
And then you find out later it's because he's lived the same day over and over.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's a fun way to figure it out.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know I'm a huge fan of talk therapy. We talk a lot about mental health and wellness on the show, but actually asking for help can feel like a really big step, a bigger step than it actually should. BetterHelp's 2026 State of Stigma report surveyed 2,000 Americans and revealed that 85% of Americans believe getting support is wise, yet 74% say society discourages them from doing so. I think that is worth thinking about. It's a staggering statistic. We encourage our friends to see a doctor or a trainer, but why not a therapist when they're struggling? BetterHelp has over 30,000 licensed therapists worldwide, has helped more than 6 million people globally, and they will match you with a therapist based on a short and easy questionnaire. If it's not the right fit, you can switch to another therapist at any time, which is an awesome feature of BetterHelp. So don't let stigma, stand in the way of support. Start therapy with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at BetterHelp.com/weirdo. That's BetterHelp.com/weirdo. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Dadgrass. It is summertime. It's time for friends. It's time for fun. And trust me, if you're having people over and still just putting out the usual fare, you need to up your game, because when I put out new leisure drinks by Dadgrass, these are sparkling yuzu flavored cans that ship legally to all 50 states if you're over 21, that have 3 milligrams of THC and 6 milligrams of CBD for the perfect, in my opinion, buzz that makes you feel happy and relaxed and gets you merging into that social situation, having more fun at that game night, enjoying that movie just a little bit more, and laughing so much more. They are stackable, meaning it's a pretty mild buzz, but they're stackable if you want to do it bigger, and they are fast acting, which means you will feel it in about 10 to 20 minutes. It's not like some mystery edible that you take and 6 hours later it hits you and you're trying to have dinner with your parents. It's not like that. You know how you'll feel in about 10 to 20 minutes, and they are delicious, and every time I put them out, boom, gone. More people want them than you think, and you want them more than you think. And like everything Dadgrass does, it is taking the edge off without blasting you into outer space, which is what I love about this company as a whole. They have joints, they have gummies, they have CBD, they have CBG, they have basically gummies and joints that don't get you stoned but just relax you if you don't want weed. But if you do want a little bit, try their leisure drinks. They are amazing. Try all of their products, including their joints and gummies, at dadgrass.com/weird and use promo code weird for 20% off. That's dadgrass.com/weird, promo code weird.
Wait, but what you're saying is then you're glad that my pilot
you didn't stop.
feel...
Thank you for hosting this podcast, for real. Because you didn't have the car crash. You didn't have the stop some violence or something.
I think I have a relatively interesting answer to this, which is I think it's Paul Sims was one of the big collaborator on English Teacher with me, and he's a great, brilliant writer, great guy, and he was like, I think I write with even less structure than what you saw, and so I sent him a pilot that had all these vibes
that I'm talking about, stopping crimes and stuff.
No, that had all of the character flow and the people talking on top of each other and like some gentle problems coming up, but things got resolved even more effortlessly and stuff. And he helped add structure by adding these pieces that you're talking about that are still a little shockingly off screen, but give it some shape.
Yeah.
So, and maybe he knew like, well, we don't want to mess up the fact that really this show is about sort of these fun, vibey interactions and some of this sort of whatever, this conversational interplay. But I think my thought is that it was even less structured than that.
It's really interesting, and we are ruining the pilot. Let's just own that.
It's okay.
It ends.
Anything to get them to watch it. That's what I learned from marketing.
I've watched.
It's like just put out the last scene where the person dies. Whatever. If it makes them click the link, you know.
I mean, Marvel agrees with you. They were like, just show Red Hulk. Sorry, I didn't even see that one, but people were mad. Anyway, the pilot ends. You're told you're forbidden to date anyone on the staff,
and that sets it up for the season,
for sure. Yeah. But then.
We don't get back to that for weeks.
You don't. And also, I feel like I'm just taking inspiration from it. I feel like the temptation would be to end the pilot where you kiss that guy. And you end it where he goes, nice shirt. And you go, this plain white shirt.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah. And then you make a great face and it cuts to black. I mean, I feel like I'd be a good, bad executive because I'd be like, they need to start making out. That's your moment. I hate this.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't do that, but I feel like that's the kind of pressure that people making shows are under, is to make it like splashy.
But it's fascinating because this won't be satisfying for you, but that is what happened in the pilot I wrote originally.
That they kiss.
Yeah, they
That
like
is
make out
satisfying.
and they're like gonna go do a whole thing, and then
Paul Sims?
and then Paul and I think the network rightly were like, no, because famously, when does a love story end? When the two characters finally kiss.
Yeah.
So you just take it and you stretch it out over the whole season. It's simple.
Right. At the third season,
and that was it's one of the great engines of season one. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
This whole romance.
And the gay bar episode is fantastic. No notes. No notes.
Yeah.
No notes. Yeah. So you wrote it. Tell me a little bit how you got it made. You had been doing stuff.
I had been doing stuff. So I made a lot of stuff online myself and like sketches and then like a full length thing that people really liked called Caleb Gallo. And then I like had different shows in development for years, which is normal, but
you don't know that as a young person though. You're like, any one of these is going to be my train coming in. And somebody has to be like, no. Like when I have a meeting with
for some
somebody
people,
now, I'm like,
Lena Dunham.
I know.
You know, and then she made a perfect show. I think usually the lesson is that, you know, it's like, you know, if you would have just made it, the first thing that like young person brought you, it would have been good.
I agree with that. We're kind of haunted by tiny furniture in our house because Valerie is a filmmaker. She's made some short
Tiny Furniture.
She's a film. My wife is a film called Tiny Furniture.
Instead of being haunted by tiny furniture. In case people think that.
Well, haunted by, but look, dude, believe. Where does it say? Yep. See where it's a Lena knowing self. One of the things that I think is a very strong suit of you is you do seem to know how you feel. Not easy. What your shortcomings are.
Yeah.
Like for example, Evan. Sorry,
Ethan Hunt.
Ethan
from Mission
Hunt.
Impossible. Yeah.
Not that one. But then now I'm going like Ethan Hunt. Your character. What was I going to say? Now I'm all blocked up in that.
I can talk about Lena Dunham.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
He gets mad that he's not invited to the like help build the swimming pool party.
Right.
And that to me feels like something Lena would do. It's like, you know that you don't want to help, but you want to be invited to help.
Yes.
So you can not go.
But this points to a bigger thing, which is when people come up to you and they're like, I loved your show. That lead character, it's amazing how you made him so unlikable. And I'm like, I don't think that was intentional, but I appreciate it.
What do they mean?
But I'd like to think that I yesterday I was in my kitchen like doing some dishes or something. I was like, you know, my work it's kaleidoscopic. People see different things in it. Or what's that called? Ambiguity.
Yeah.
What do they mean? Like that? Like, oh, a guy that doesn't want to go help at a physical labor thing at a friend's house is obviously not a great guy.
What?
Yeah, I think
I go right
you're
to like
seeing it how I
what
see it.
fun that he has a friend that she knows him well enough to be like, oh, you want to be invited, but you don't want to help.
Yeah,
like, yes.
yeah.
That's I mention it all the time. There's a Bruce Eric Kaplan New Yorker cartoon where it's like, I don't want to go to the party. I just want to be invited.
Exactly.
It's something like that.
That's right.
And I was like, but that's a real person.
Yeah.
I don't know what world people are living in that like somebody has a build a pool party and everybody shows up. I like the guy that's like, I don't want to do that.
I know. What's so funny though is then my sister in real life, Catalina, who's a great artist in person, she was talking about that episode. She's like, I love that episode where Brian's character doesn't like helping. She was like, because that is like real.
Yeah.
And I was so offended. And then it's like, well, I wrote it. Like, why am I?
But it is real.
It?
But it's also consistent. This is a real person.
Yeah.
Your character doesn't go to brunch.
Right,
like I thought that was a great line. You say brunch is like gay church.
Right.
And I don't go to that either.
Yeah.
I was like, this isn't just like if if my wife were to tell you about me, she would probably start with the things I won't do. You know what I mean? Like I won't linger.
Yeah.
I won't like I like getting out of things. I'll never not want to leave something. This is how you build a character.
Yeah.
You go, Pete seems extroverted, but he's really introverted. He's never been disappointed by a canceled plan. He's fine leaving. Like we've gone to Disneyland and I'm like, if my daughter was like, let's leave, I'd be like, fine. It's like I'm okay with that. And some people are like, or you could say the kind of person that goes to Disneyland before it opens, has a strategy and all that stuff. That's another kind of person.
Yeah.
But your character,
you never want to stay at you never want to just stay at the party.
At a party?
Like at the end of the night? Yeah.
No.
I've gotten into it lately.
Stay.
I used to always want to
But is
leave.
this a sex thing?
No. Oh my God, no.
Because when I was single, the first thing, it was actually Kurt
Okay,
Braunohler who was like, if
maybe
you want to
got
have
it.
sex, stay till the end of the party.
I was just
I didn't mean to turn
no
this.
comment. No, I was,
But tell me what's interesting about the end of the party.
I guess I just lately have been like, I'm always leaving the party. What, I'm going to go home and be on my phone? Like, more interesting, more life will come into my life. Because if life is often so refreshed by meeting new people, you know, and like new chapters opening up, you know, I'm just like, well, maybe that'll happen even by specifically staying somewhere a little longer than you would have, like this extra minute of working out that the Japanese thing recommends. But it's like, maybe I've also been like, it's like a test of being like, let me actually just be like, oh yeah, I am awkward. I'm just awkwardly staying here, you know? It's like exposure therapy.
No, you're not
Instead of being
wrong.
like, nobody likes me, I better get out of here, you know?
Or
I don't like being here. You know?
It's gotten a lot worse, if that's bad, that I like hanging out with my wife. It's very it's boring and stupid, and I like being where my daughter is, and I like just...
It's so simple. You're right. When I was in a relationship, I was like, let's just go home and be with the person that I'm really comfortable with.
Well, that goes back to why I don't want to go to lunch with girls. The rude joke I made is, what are we going to hang out? I already have one of you guys.
Yeah.
That's so... I'm joking.
Well,
but
it's funny. It's like when
you're
dating somebody and they're like, let's be friends. It's like, I literally have friends. This was a romantic thing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You're not in a relationship now? So you're staying at parties?
No, I'm single.
Yeah.
So,
gay single? Like, does that?
I'm single with some you know, I don't know, some interests. Because
that's
an interest. Yeah.
That's one of the things that the show did that I didn't know could still be exciting. Was it felt like a very? You tell me if you feel this way, but it felt like a very honest portrayal of
being gay.
Again, not the whole spectrum of. There's a million ways to be gay, but like a certain type of modern young relationship kind of thing.
Yeah, Time magazine called it the what did they say? It was like, it said English teacher has the most realistic gay relationship out of any TV show.
But it's also like,
because it was me and my ex constantly hanging out and almost getting back together.
Yes.
But being into each other, but being so open that it was like we almost weren't together, which, like you're saying, is not the case for everybody, but is something that I think people haven't really seen.
Yes.
And but for me being gay, I do see that style of relationship a lot. Or even gay married couples will be completely open, like more open than you could imagine.
Right.
You know?
can't say who it was, but it was a pretty prominent gay person in Hollywood, and he was married, and he was like, what me and my husband understand, and this isn't all gay people, it's what he said, is like if my husband met somebody, had sex, and then came home, it wouldn't even, this is what he said, he was like, it wouldn't even be a thing, it would just be like, that's fine.
Yeah, of course.
But it's not just that you showed that, it was this naturalizing of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Trusting your audience to kind of get
it.
Yeah.
When you guys start making out in the first episode, it's not done in this like, isn't this crazy?
Yeah.
And it didn't even...
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say?
It's
We're
effortless.
There's a time where it was like a cheap special effect, two guys kissing.
Yeah.
It's like, look, can you believe it?
I know.
It was shot and it was choreographed and it was scripted in a way that you were like, and then we see them kiss.
I know.
This was just like, oh, these people are dating.
I know. Yeah. I mean, it's also because Jordan Firstman is so great and he's so comfortable with himself as a person. I'm always like taking lessons from him about. I just watch him on a podcast or something, and I'm like, he's so real.
Really?
He's like, and so he just makes you feel so comfortable. And so I think he was the perfect person for that part too, where it just really did feel like these two guys would be in a relationship, and it would be, it would just whatever. But that's also, I think that's the benefit of making this show and being gay, which I guess I always would have been doing, but it's like, it's inside, what's it called? Inside baseball?
It's inside baseball, yeah.
Yeah, it's inside baseball. And we also can make a lot of jokes that wouldn't work if I wasn't the one making it. Like this kid, like in the final episode of the first season, this kid tries to come out to my character.
Oh, it's on the card.
Oh yeah.
Because I please go on. Yeah.
Yeah. This I'm like in my class. My character's in his classroom, and this kid like comes in and he's like, "Mr. Marquez, I want to talk to you about something. I think I'm gay, and it's really scary for me." And like you're like watching this. We do it very like choreographed. Like we're watching him do this monologue
perfectly.
And the camera's like pushing in on him, and then it goes like bonk.
And he's so sweet.
He's so sweet.
So sweet.
Great actor.
And then
it cuts back to me, and I'm like, "What? You're scared to come out?"
Yeah.
And then I'm basically like, "I can't be helping you with this."
Yes.
And also like, it's 2026. Like, you have it easy.
Go
and then
find
I'm like,
one of the other two gay kids or whatever it is.
Yeah, and then I was like, go find a really like Queenie kid. And then I'm like, well, don't tell anybody I said Queenie, but yeah. And then and I'm like, I had to come out in the 90s. Like that was harder.
Yeah. I thought that was.
But I can only make that joke because I'm a gay guy making the show, and the audience knows that, and so it's like
right.
But I guess it would always be I don't know. That would always be the case.
I think that was one of the cornerstones. That cold open is like one of the cornerstones of the foundation of the show. That's kind of the sense of humor.
Right.
Is like we think he's going to say, because again, here you are being unhelpful.
Right.
But you also do really care about them. It's both. It's a real person.
Yeah.
But like that, I've had gay friends tell me that same thing where it's like, why are people even... I understand there are places and situations where it's not easy to come out.
Yeah.
But you were like, this isn't one of them. And I just had never seen
a lot of people now, they don't even have to come out, basically. I sort of didn't. When I was 16, I remember enough people thought I was gay that I was in a very like liberal... it's like I went to kind of an intellectual high school. I never know how else to phrase it. It's this private high school in Tennessee called St. Andrew Sewanee. And it's just really intellectual. I don't know. It was like a school where the smartest kids and the best students were the coolest kids. Like they were the popular ones. So it was like academically positively incentivized or something.
That's how I felt about summer camp. It's like the most like down to participate person was cool.
Oh, that's the best.
I put that in my book. I was like, suddenly I was the fun. Like wanting to participate, wanting to share about your life, wanting to like create something. Like they're like, this kid's paying out. Then you go to high school and everybody's like,
they're like, shut it down. Yeah. I know. Why is that? Yeah.
But the 10 years between us, I want to hear more about coming out because 16 people, that's kind of a good situation was when people have a sense.
Yeah. Long story short, all I'm saying is I sort of never came out because enough people thought I was gay that all I had to do was stop denying it when I was accused of being gay, and then I was just gay. So it was.
What are you, gay?
It was easy breezy.
Beep.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
sure.
we're in.
Yeah.
We've crossed the
And what if I
threshold. And what if I am?
Yeah. And then it kind of made me cooler, which was good too. And I'm still riding that high. But wait, what were you gonna say? Summer camp.
Summer camp participating. Oh, just that you'd go to high school and it was the worst. Oh, the 10 years between us.
Yeah.
I mean, like that
You were
was
high school 96.
I graduated in 97. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 97.
So it was still like being gay was like whispered. You know what I mean? Like
that's why you're still in the closet.
That's why I'm deeply closeted.
It's a joke to the folks at home. That was a joke. But yeah.
I do want to
I
know.
don't actually think you're in the closet.
What's that?
To be clear, I don't actually think you're in the closet.
I appreciate it, but I think we share a fascination. I am enamored with the gay narrative. I know that's maybe an obnoxious thing
me
to
too,
say.
me too.
I think, like, if I watch a movie about queerness,
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Because I am a person
There's
that,
something universal about it.
deeply
Yeah,
universal.
That's right.
It's authenticity.
I know. It's like, well, sort of like, what does it point at? Yeah.
What does it point at? And I would say
Because Call Me
everybody-
By Your Name was this huge movie. Did you see that
Yeah,
movie?
of
Timothy?
course.
And it put Timothy Chalamet on the map.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet.
It put Timothy Chalamet on the map in this huge way. And I was watching that movie being like, well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense that I'm, responding to this movie, but
Yeah.
But how is this having this huge mega sellout impact
Yeah.
with, whatever, 90% of the population that's straight,
I think the dad.
Maybe those numbers have gone
the
down.
dad scene.
Yeah.
Those numbers are falling.
Yeah.
Remember when the dad loves him unconditionally?
Yeah,
Look,
so good.
I'm not explaining this to you. I'm saying I will always be drawn to someone, even despite their self-interest, standing
Yeah.
up for who they are.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why I say this all the time, but like I find pride parades very moving. I find. Did you see Come See Me in the Good Light? OMG, you got to see it. It's so good. Come See Me in the Good
Movie
Light.
show?
It's a documentary about Andrea Gibson, the poet.
Oh.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, you have to see it. It was, I think, the best movie of the year for sure.
When
But,
was this?
It came out
Now?
last year. Yeah, last year.
Did you see All of Us Strangers?
No,
So good. Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal.
it's like
Come See Me in.
Is that a documentary or a?
No, a movie, like just a good feature film. Come See Me in the Good Light. Oh wait, as I'm looking at my phone, I don't know. Maybe
Oh,
this
yeah,
will
go
get
ahead.
cut because it's such a non sequitur. But
Who cares?
just because you're a stand-up, there is this up and coming stand-up who I'm just fully doing a shout out because I have been watching his clips and I'm like, this is so fucking funny. And I think he has like 9,000
What
followers
if
or
you're like
something. And I'm
Dave
like,
Chappelle?
I want to, I want to tell him like you're gonna blow up, but I don't know if that does anything for people. And
Sure
also,
it
I'm
will.
like, I don't know. But
What's his name?
his name is Griffin James. Griffin James.
Griffin James.
I don't know if I shouldn't show you the clips, I guess, but he talks.
You got him up there? I just want to see what his face.
I don't do it. I tried it once.
Look, he's talking about therapy.
This is a therapy crowd. I don't do it. I tried it once in college, but I had to quit. The guy was dumb. He was dumb, for real. He wanted me to come in there and talk badly about my mom.
That's great.
I was like, who do you think is paying for the session?
That's fantastic.
About $100 a session. I'm in basketball shorts begging you for Adderall.
That's great.
You're out here talking shit about our boss, thinking I'm a retarded.
That's
You're
that's
talking shit about
fantastic.
our boss.
Our boss. That's that Lena Dunham thing.
So
Like, how is this guy
simple.
so young
Yeah,
and
yeah.
knows that is the joke?
He's so funny.
Like when I was his age, I was hiding the fact that my parents would help me with things like that or whatever
Oh,
it was.
yeah, right,
Because you're
right.
embarrassed.
Right,
And you realize
yeah.
all the good stuff is the stuff you're embarrassed by, right?
This is the hot take.
That's
Yeah,
Lena.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and I'm saying that's you as well.
Yeah,
What's his
hell
name
yeah.
again? Griffin?
Griffin James.
Okay,
I
shout out.
believe. Yeah, Griffin.
It sounds
James.
like he's from the South, huh?
He also says all these girls, like all these girls are getting stronger than guys because they're all taking Pilates, and he's like, and honestly, I think y'all all need to get drafted off to war first. And
you
he's
need
like,
to go first.
yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. At what point? You do a lot of upside down push-ups in the
a
show.
lot of upside down push-ups. Yeah,
I
I
find
sort of stopped in real life. Yeah, I finally.
it used to be a thing.
It used to be an addiction. No, yeah, I used to. Well, it does this thing. It gives you a really good pump. Like if you want to look good, like in the next 10 minutes, you can
So it's
do
like a
upside down push-ups.
pre-scene, like pre-shirtless scene, do some upside down push-ups.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And when you say pump, I'm not being coy.
a pump, yeah.
A pump, like a high.
No, a pump is like your muscles look bigger. In the
that's what
moment
it is.
because they've just been worked out. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I thought pump meant like. Well, I've heard.
Maybe, yeah,
remember
pumped up,
Schwarzenegger
yeah.
is like nothing's better than the pump. You know.
Yeah, I think
means
maybe it's both psychological
okay.
and physical. Yeah.
Yeah.
But upside down push-ups, what they technically are is an overhead press because you're like lifting. It's like if you were sitting here with really heavy, with weights as heavy as your whole body.
Yeah, which
lifting
is
up,
why I'll never do
which is a
it.
shoulder.
I do it in the pool.
Let's get you to do something. You do it in the pool, yeah.
So
a little
I weigh
assisted
nothing.
upside down push-up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like doing what used to be called girl push-ups as well. I like
on
those.
your knees, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't mind it. It hurts my wrists the other way.
Anything works.
I weigh so much. I weigh so much.
I know. No, this is true. This is a true take. It is
Yes.
harder for tall people to
Yes.
get jacked, to get ripped.
I'm glad
I'm
you said
5'8",
it. I'm
and
glad
it is
you said
easier.
it.
It's just true. Yeah,
It's
I've
okay.
heard this from a lot of people.
I've heard it from a lot of tall people. I've never heard a 5'8" say it, and I really appreciate it. You were a big person today.
Have you ever heard Karl Lagerfeld's quote about short men?
I can't wait to.
Do you know who Karl Lagerfeld is?
No, it sounds like a
What
beer.
is he was like a big fashion guy. Do you remember what he was? Karl Lagerfeld. Hold on. This is one of my favorite quotes. If it doesn't hit, we can cut it.
What do you?
Women fashion designer.
I can't wait. I'm also gonna, while you're looking that up, clothes.
Yeah.
Brian.
Oh yeah, you gotta go to the
Brian,
big and tall store.
I'm in showbiz. This
Yeah.
was wardrobe from a show I did. This is the best a professional could do.
Yeah.
So the fact that you can like go
Oh,
into
that looks good.
It's
I think that's on
fine.
purpose.
Go in. I like that. I have sort of like a leisured Martha's Vineyard look.
Yeah. Karl Lagerfeld says, this has just always killed me. Karl Lagerfeld, he had these very strong opinions about things. And he goes, the worst is ugly short men. Women can be short, but for men, it is impossible. It is something that they will not forgive in life, to be born short. I have never been friends with a short man in my life. Don't trust them. They are mean and they want to kill you.
Oh my God.
Isn't that so funny?
Oh
they are
my
mean
God.
and they want to. The idea of him being like, I've never been friends with.
Yes, this is like my I don't have lunch with women take.
Right, exactly.
It's similar.
I was also at one of these gay parties the other day, and I have this group of like LA gay friends, sort of acquaintances becoming friends. And they're like party gays. They're like very handsome guys, and they're all like 6'2" or whatever. And I went there with a short friend of mine who's sort of my +1. And it just felt like we were just like, it feels like you're almost like mice running around under elephants or something.
Yeah.
You know, you're
It's
like,
Lord of the
I gotta-
Rings.
Yeah.
You and Samwise.
yeah.
I'm not even trying to be funny. That's the feeling. It's
Right,
just like,
yeah.
this is not our world.
Exactly. And they're all like kissing each other. You know, you're like, the giants. They're falling in love with each other.
Well, they're right there. They're lined up. Of course they're kissing.
There's also this thing where you'll be at a gay party and you'll see, I'm stone cold sober for many years, but you'll see a gay guy or some gay guys, and they've done so many uppers and so many downers that they've effectively made themselves completely sober, you know? So they're like talking to you and they think they're fucked up, and you're like, you sound actually totally normal. And I've seen you doing so many substances because everything they're
evened
doing,
out.
they're canceling out.
You evened out.
You know,
That
that's what
is
people do. They're like,
amazing.
oh, I'm up. Let me get the, you know. Yeah.
What was that one that the other hair character did?
Oh yeah. Rick
Poppers?
is his name. Yeah.
Poppers?
Oh yeah, he tries poppers and the. Yeah.
Is poppers something that, is it like
Poppers?
amyl
I have never
nitrate?
done. I
It's
actually
not
have
amyl
never.
nitrate.
Poppers is video head cleaner.
I'm sorry?
Video head cleaner for VHS tapes.
Yeah, okay.
I guess. I got sober before I ever tried poppers, so I've never tried poppers. I've seen them around, and they have a very distinct smell. Which, if you like get up and smell them, I
So
think
this is like
heavy.
nitrous. This is like something that's intended for
Gay guys
something else
inhale
that people
it,
are
yeah,
inhaling.
and it makes them dizzy, and then it's often done during sex. Yeah.
Like amyl nitrate. Am I saying that right? Do you
I
know what
don't
amyl
know
nitrate
what
is?
that is, so
I
I'm not.
think it's
I'm not
something. It's a
connecting to
muscle
amyl nitrate.
relaxer south of the hemisphere. I've heard.
It's and it's a pill.
I think you inhale it. I don't know.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's the same thing.
It's just interesting. We don't even have to talk about that.
Nitrous oxide. That's another
Does
one.
nitrous help in the
That's
bedroom
laughing.
as well?
No, that's laughing.
Because
gas.
whenever, yeah,
listing inhalable.
When my first wife left me, there was like I didn't do a lot of nitrous, but there was like some nitrous. It was always, I know.
Did you? Wait, is this true?
This is real.
Oh, wow.
It was a
Wait,
friend
what'd you do,
of mine.
whippets?
Yeah, whippets.
Oh, that's laughing gas?
I think so. Yeah, it is.
Wait, isn't it just at the end
I
of the,
got a
the end of
vasectomy and
the
they
sour
give me
cream or the whipped cream?
No, what my friend would do is you'd go into a sex shop in Manhattan, so it's an adult store, and they sold whipped cream dispensers that put in the nitrous thing, but you just didn't put whipped cream in it, and people would just inhale it. I did it probably 3 times.
Forgot the
in
whipped
my
cream
life.
again.
Whoops,
Yeah.
all berries. And
You did it maybe 3 times?
Yeah, not a lot.
And what's the deal? What's the high?
Utter bliss. I don't want to sell it that it was blissful. It was like, I'll tell you what it was. It was like this. Wah, 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 wah,
Yeah.
It was
But
like
were you
that.
laughing?
No.
Okay.
Maybe.
I
Maybe
don't
like
think
this.
it's
Like
laughing gas. Isn't that the same
a
as laughing?
silent laugh.
Nitrous oxide.
Yes, it's
can
the
I
same
pee?
thing.
Can we pause?
You
to
may.
pee? Okay.
Before I got my Apollo Neuro, which is a piece of wearable tech that I wear on the inside of my wrist, Val wears hers on her ankle, which is very subtle. People don't even know. I wear it even in bed. Before I did, I used to think I was bad at sleeping, like it was a character flaw, but it turns out I just need a little help. And what I love about Apollo Neuro is that it gives you that help. It helps your body unwind by speaking to it in the language of touch that your nervous system can understand, and gently calms you down when you're going about your day, and helps you fall and stay asleep without any chemicals. You don't have to ingest anything. It just calms you down, telling you with these subtle, almost subperceptual vibrations, hey, you are okay. Mostly at night, it's my favorite, but all day I rock it. Helps you focus, helps you energize, helps you be calm, helps you be social. And like I said, they have these Smart Vibes AI, which automatically adjusts throughout the night when you're sleeping, that helps you stay in rest mode instead of suddenly deciding it's time to think about every awkward thing that you've ever said. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way. If you've done all the, quote, right things about sleep, but still feel wired at bedtime, I really recommend checking it out. Go to apolloneuro.com/weird. You'll get $99 off. That's apolloneuro.com/weird for $99 off. This show is brought to us by our friends at Article. I've been talking a lot about these because we genuinely love our new deck chairs that we got from Article. They come pretty much assembled. They look incredible, and the ones they replaced are laughable. The way that it's designed, it's sleek, it's quality, it's not going to break, it's easy to adjust, and they get a lot of compliments. I didn't know a pool chair on your deck could get a compliment, but it does, because everything that Article makes is sturdy and beautiful and comes, like I said, mostly assembled. We couldn't wait to start relaxing on these bad boys without using those little hardware bags that drive you crazy. That's what I love about Article in general. They make really well-designed furniture that feels like it'll last, whether it's your style is mid-century modern, coastal, Scandinavian, or somewhere in between. Everything has that clean, thoughtful look, and it's easy to mix pieces together without your house feeling like a furniture showroom. They also offer fast, affordable shipping across the US and Canada, and if you ever need help, their customer care team is available 7 days a week. Plus, there's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, so you can shop with confidence. Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim it, visit article.com/weird, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/weird for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. That's our commercial break, but I was gonna say, you can die from whippets, and I'm not endorsing them.
Shit, yeah.
I think if you inhale it without also inhaling oxygen, I don't know. I've heard you can die.
Yeah,
I don't recommend it at all.
If you're trying to live on only whippets as your, source
when
of
you were
oxygen.
in the bathroom, Katie said her neighborhood is covered in
Whippets
flavored
cans?
Whippets cans. Like they're marketing them
vapes?
to like teenagers.
That's whippets, right?
So apparently Whippets are having like a moment.
Those look legal.
That does look legal. But it is legal. It's
because
it's
they're
legal.
going, you're just doing your
you put
whipped
in your
cream?
whipped cream. But that's why it's so funny that they sell it. They don't sell the whipped cream. They sell the container and they sell the canisters in adult like novelty stores. That's where I saw the connection between what I assumed was the gay community.
Right.
I think because I don't
But
know.
I have not heard of people using that in the bedroom.
It's super bizarre. I don't. I I guess I am a little embarrassed that I've done whippets, but I never craved a whippet. So when my first wife left me.
I never craved a whippet.
I never craved one. When she left me, I was so depressed. Oh, yeah. I know. This is sad. I think I put it in my book. I took a whippet. Somebody was like, so I was 28, and somebody was like, just inhale this. Literally like a after school special. They're like, just inhale this. Like
somebody on the street?
No.
You were on
I was at a
Sesame
party.
Street? Yeah.
I was and I took the hit, and as I was exhaling, because it made me feel happy, it like cleared the clouds. Yeah. But for like, that's the whole thing. It lasts like 4 seconds. And as I was exhaling, I went, this is the feeling I've been looking for. Oh. That's what I said, because I was so sad.
It's good you didn't try something more intense.
Bro.
It sounds like
I lucked out.
You were available to harder drugs.
People were like, you should.
Only whippets found you.
Only whippets, luckily. They were like, you should do cocaine. A lot of people were just like, just do a lot of cocaine. And I was like, what?
They're like, that'll help you get over it.
That's what they were like. It's a specific person I'm thinking of was like, when my wife left me, you just do a lot of cocaine for 6 months and you'll be fine. And I was like, what?
How's that guy doing? Still good?
I don't want to say what he's doing because he's doing quite well.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
No, that's good then.
Okay.
All right. So he was right.
He's all right. He's a showrunner of a very popular show.
Okay, good.
Bones?
No, I'm just kidding.
It's the guy who did Bones. Bones is my go-to joke show.
Oh yeah.
I love saying Bones.
Maybe I heard you say.
No, never. You're welcome to it. Let's talk about your sobriety and also, like, you clearly enjoy being healthy.
Yeah.
And I feel like those are probably linked, right?
Yeah. Sobriety and fitness, are they linked? No, because like you were saying, there are a lot of people that do drink a lot that are still really fit, which is when I brought up G, which is a drug people are doing out on the scene, which somebody told me also sort of functions as a steroid. So there are all these gay guys with these amazing, like much better than me bodies. And then I think they don't drink. They do G, which you don't combine with alcohol.
Yeah.
This is
Bad
all
stuff.
what I've heard tell of.
Yeah.
And it's,
But I don't know
but I think now it's fading out because enough people had
bad experiences.
Yeah, bad experiences.
I'm going to ask you to represent and whippets either. I'm going to cheekily ask you to represent the whole community. A lot of gay dudes on HGH.
What is that?
Human growth hormone.
Steroids.
I see gay bods and I'm like, ain't nobody getting that.
I have learned finally to identify a steroid body. But no, the soft launch.
Oh, you can tell one.
Yeah, because I am now somewhere, although this isn't actually true. This is probably cope. I mean, I think I have a good body, but I'm somewhere close to maxing out how
far you can take it.
How far I can take it naturally. how good my body.
Would you want to be more buff?
No, but I could see if I felt. I could see the appeal. Yeah.
So you would. If there was a button that you could push and you'd just be 30% more muscle.
Ooh, that's a
would
deep
you push
question.
It?
No, because to me the premise is false because shortcuts always have.
Yeah, but it's not. I'm not the devil. What if I'm Jesus?
Whoa! Jesus is like, you did great. Honestly, we're giving you a bonus.
It's just a bonus.
I guess I would take it as long as I was allowed to undo it, like a year later.
Oh, it's an up-down switch. You can turn it off.
I think these are like my.
But you'd look
neurotic thoughts about it are that I think in acting on camera, you don't want to be too big. Well, I guess yeah. Then you start playing superheroes and stuff. But like, if you want like acting roles where you can play something close to an everyman. You can't be that jacked because it really starts showing your neck and your face.
Yes, absolutely.
And so there's a nice slimness that,
Yes.
I mean, actors there's this thing that'll happen where you see an actor and you even think they're sort of, well, this is, I don't know, whatever. I'm not endorsing anything. But basically actors are thinner than you think they are. Like you see them in real life.
Course. Yes.
And you're like, I thought this person was the most average weight of anyone I've ever seen. And actually, they're very small and almost frail.
Passing fit, but that's good for comedy. You're not so buff that you go like, why isn't every joke about how buff you are?
Right.
If you were 30% buffer, every joke would be like, this from the guy. What are you going to tear a phone book in half? Like, no one would be listening to you.
Is anyone doing that That comedy.
The big buff guy. Maybe
Yeah,
Kumail could do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Super ripped
yeah,
guy.
Yeah,
because it's funny.
There is an inherent people are like, I'm not gonna laugh at a joke if you look that good, you know.
And it's funny. I wanted to talk to you about fitness. I was just like, what are you eating? Because I think you look incredible.
Thanks, man.
And I said the same thing about your level of handsome is like you're handsome, but not so
too
handsome that you're like
not enough to anger the gods.
No, it's actually not. It's not nudging down your handsomeness.
This guy one time comes up to me. He's like, "You have such a nice understated handsomeness." I was like, "Is this backhanded?"
I think once you get
yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Did you see the movie or the show Made for Love? There's the guy.
No. Do you want
what
water?
is he in?
I'll get us some water.
Oh, you're so nice. Actually, I have this big one.
You want to? Oh, you have.
I'll take that actually.
Okay. Hold on, they're not coming out.
There's an actor in yeah, I do, in the show Made for Love that's so attractive. He gets cast as a douche and a bro a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was in The Big Short as the guy that's like,
who is it?
I just take Billy Magnus.
Oh yeah,
you know him?
I love Billy Magnus.
Me too.
Yeah,
I think he's incredible talented,
Yeah.
but like he's so handsome. I'm not laughing at him if he's like, I'm an English teacher.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
There's an old Jim Gaffigan joke where it's like you can't put a couple photos together.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, what?
He means like be a model, like get a portfolio.
Oh yeah,
like take your one shirtless photo shoot away from never working
Definitely.
again.
I know. No, you're right. I do. I ride the line. I remember even talking to my sister about it when we were younger. I was like, we're close to being pretty good looking.
I'm telling you, you lucked out.
Yeah, it's good. Well, I wouldn't be. The idea is I wouldn't be funny if I was better looking.
Well, it's a certain X factor too. I would argue that Gyllenhaal has a sort of like, why is this person? It's like been nudged a little to the left.
Yeah.
Not a bad left.
Yeah.
Gosling is to the left. Gosling's to the left.
Wait, which way is what's happening on the left?
He's just been nudged. He's not Denzel Washington.
Right,
he's not
right.
Clooney. He's
Right,
not Brad
right,
Pitt.
right.
He's Brad Pitt,
Just shy
and
of
someone
perfect looking.
nudged him.
Yeah.
In a way that I think attracts more interesting people.
Yeah.
My Aunt Sherry likes Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
But like some other cool lady likes Ryan. Am I in the area?
No, you're right. I've been having this 38-year-old thing where I had a thought and I forgot it.
Oh, it's okay. We're talking about your sobriety and your fitness.
No, but about being good looking.
Oh, you were saying to your sister that you're almost there.
Yeah, and just this guy told me I had an understated handsomeness. I don't know. Maybe I'll remember later.
I think it's got to be like a superpower. I think a lot about these things.
Yeah. I'm grateful.
Because we want to root for you.
Yeah.
And I told you when we spoke on the phone that I was like, your character, I believe, like, it wasn't quite a runner, but there was a joke on the show that like everyone thinks you're average looking.
Right. And I was like, people think I'm hot. Yeah. That's funny to be, to have to be like, people think I'm hot.
But that's
because that is sort of real for, like, it's like, because a lot, whatever.
No, you at the party going, everyone's 6'3" is funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just real. I just like, I think maybe what's fun about it is I get to experience both worlds.
Yes.
So like hot guys will sometimes be like, come on in. Like I'm saying, they're like, come to our party.
You're a day walker.
Yeah. But then I'm like, these guys, this is a different level. I'm not whatever these Adonises are. I'm not this, but I'm honored to be here. But yeah, whatever. It's like, but then I also get to hang with the comedy people and
pass.
Yeah,
you pass as comedy.
My real friends that I end up burping. I end up connecting a lot with nerds, actually. Meaning like people that like one of my strongest friend groups, like we play board games constantly.
Really?
But I think it's a couple of things. I think it's because people that are nerdy and into games, they're doing that sort of instead of drugs. And because I'm sober, it's like, well, I'm going to tend toward people that don't do that many drugs or almost none.
You're right.
Like I'm fine being around it, but if that really is the center point of because there are a lot of events that you go to, you'll go to a rave or some kind of I gotta get these burps out. I have to exercise these burps. You'll go to some. This thing happens to me a lot as a sober person. You'll go to some place, and you'll go, there'll be this crazy music blasting, all these lights, and you go, I will genuinely think, I just don't understand what is supposed to be pleasant about being here.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, this is pleasant if you're on drugs.
Yeah.
This is actually extraordinary if you're on drugs.
I've had this epiphany
Even
so
at a
many
bar,
times.
you go, the music's so loud. We're talking like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, why does anybody want this?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, because everybody's on this roller coaster called being a little drunk right now.
Yeah.
And they're having a great time being drunk. And I'm not. So I'm just in a room that's made to be drunken, sober.
I couldn't relate more. I couldn't, I couldn't relate more.
Yeah.
The first time I realized people I did mushrooms at like Bonnaroo or something, and suddenly Bonnaroo made absolute sense.
Right.
Everything was
I was on
incredible.
Bonnaroo. Exactly. I went to Bonnaroo too sober, and I was like, I don't get it. Yeah.
Now I wouldn't, and now I would be. When you said game night, I was like details. I was like, because
game night's great.
I've been going on a lot of guy friend dates, as we sort of alluded to. I'm like looking for guy friends, especially up in my area, and it's exactly.
You realize it's like Shakespeare.
dating.
It's all these girls that wanted to hang out with you, but they're dressing up as guys to be able to go on a lunch date with you. She's like, my liege, I am but a man. But then she does want you to fall in love with her.
Yes,
There's a plot.
Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah.
Shakespeare in Love, one of my favorite movies, because it was the first movie I made out with somebody during that movie.
Wow.
It was a big deal.
That was a big movie. Gwyneth Paltrow, very back, by the way. Did you see her in Marty Supreme?
I loved her in Marty Supreme.
She's amazing. She took like 10 years off, and she's back, and she's like, here's a perfect performance.
Yeah, she's
and then you're like,
back.
all the wellness, like she looks so amazing. I'm like, I'm buying her skincare products constantly now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, this works.
She goops strong.
She goops.
She's got good goop.
Yeah. She's amazing.
I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a lot about
Marty
it.
Supreme?
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was great too, because
I think it was I don't want to I thought it was fantastic. It's just that it was uncut gem, like a new Uncut Gems, and maybe they're just equally good, and then you're just like, we'll just watch them both.
Tense than Uncut Gems.
Right.
Uncut Gems the whole time I was like, although Marty Supreme the whole time you're like, they're going to catch him.
There is something so cool about Adam Sandler in that part, and just like, it's cool when somebody can make the correct left turn in an actor's career. You're like, yes, we wanted Adam Sandler to do that.
Yes.
It's kind of like, it's like when Alec Baldwin was on 30 Rock and he was amazing. And you're like, that is what Alec Baldwin should be doing.
That's right.
That's what we wanted next.
Hard to pull off, though.
Yeah.
Hard to pull off. So your sobriety, when did that? A long time.
22. Yeah. I basically could buy alcohol legally for a year before it was a balls to the wall, life ending problem. Yeah, really. My friend Peter tells me this story that I barely remember. He's like, you drove us somewhere. I guess I'm 21. I don't know. I guess you're allowed to say you're drinking and driving in a story.
I think so.
Okay.
It's funny that we both have this sort of. I'm talking about whippets, and I'm like, is this the Wicked Boy podcast? But like, yes,
oh yeah. Well, actually, in the story, I'm not drinking until after I'm driving.
Okay.
Anyway, my friend Peter was like, "Yeah, you drove us somewhere and you parked, and then we were like gonna go in, and you're like, hold on," and you opened your trunk and you took out a plastic gallon of vodka, like a Papa vodka, and then just like opened it up and started squeezing vodka out and like taking like 10 gulps of it and put the top back on. You're like, all right, let's go into the bar.
Oh my
Like I was really, because I still sort of drink tons of caffeine and work out a lot. What I learned is like, you use this pseudo addictive personality for good instead of to destroy your life. Basically.
Right. Healthy.
Because I work out every day, and that's because that's how I am. I'm like, I have to, I'm
All
this
or nothing.
routine. Yeah, exactly. Like people are like, oh, I work out 3 days a week. I'm like, that would feel so chaotic to me.
Yeah.
I need the routine,
Well,
when I was 22, I got sober because I was just drunk all the time. I would go to class and I would be laughing loudly, shit-faced, and they'd be like, you can't be here. And I'd be like, what's everyone's problem? There are people where you go, that person has to get sober.
Yeah.
And I always tell people like, that was me. So when people are like, I think I have a little drinking problem or something, I'm trying to get sober. I'm like, I kind of don't know how to tell you to, because for me, it was like, there was no other choice. I was just gonna be a drunk.
Yeah.
And a drug addict, or I was gonna be sober. And so one day I was like, oh yeah. And then I just got sober. Yeah.
My friend Julian McCullough had a joke about Lindsay Lohan, and it was at the time when everyone was giving her a hard time. And he was like, if I was 22 and had $10 million, I'd be dead before I got off the couch.
I know, exactly.
I just couldn't handle it.
I know.
And I was, it's funny, I never want to feel like I'm claiming the sober community. I just relate very much to the addict type of thinking. Yeah. And I did stop drinking. Yeah. And it was because it was just like...
This morning he stopped.
I stopped about 20 minutes ago. No, but it was like, it really sounds like you were like, you had the allergy.
I was in it. Yeah. I just had, whatever that is, being an alcoholic, being a drunk.
Yeah. And did you, you don't have to represent the program, but did you go through a program or did you just stop?
No, I didn't like, I've been in and out of it, but I got sober without it. But I'm sober, like by the book sober. But I got sober without it, and so I don't know how. I don't know. We'll see if this will stay in. But it's like I don't know. I think I can say this. Basically, I didn't get sober with the program. I just got sober, sort of because I knew I had to, which is maybe true for a lot of people in the program. Where I was like, I have big dreams in life. I have things to do here. I'm gonna make cool TV shows one day that I'll be talking to somebody about.
Yeah.
And if I keep drinking, I'm just gonna be a drunk, and I'm not gonna do any of that. It was like it was kind of practical. And I knew that it had to be everything because I had abused other things, other substances before, and alcohol was just the final one. And so I just got sober. But because I got sober without the program, I've done it. I've even done the steps, and I've been in and out of the rooms. But the premise of the program in a lot of ways is you can't stay sober without this. And I was sober so long without it that the foundation that it's built on isn't accurate for me. So I just don't connect to it that much. You know what I mean? They're like, you can't do... It feels like the message is you can't do this without us. And I'm like, well, I did. So I don't know. No hard feelings for anybody who
the book, I've plugged it a billion times, but I read a book called This Naked Mind. It's an audiobook, and it's about alcohol addiction. And it kind of breaks down like how it's marketed and the story behind it, and that it's like freedom and that it's fun. And they do the same thing with Coca-Cola. They do. It's just like a very, like often I see drinking in a movie or a TV show, I'm just like, even if when I was drinking, I knew that's not what it was. Yeah. It's always like people that like need help thinking and they have a drink or something. And I'm just like, that was not my experience. You know what I mean? Like when I found out my wife was having an affair, actually I found out that she was having a baby with the guy she was having an affair with. I was like, aren't I supposed to drink? But when you're like in a shock state, you're not like, let's have some drink. Like it just didn't feel authentic. I haven't seen a lot of...
drink?
I didn't. I probably did later. But like in the movie, you would like just immediately guzzle
to try to
drinks.
Crush the feeling or something. But actually you're more like comatose.
Exactly.
I remember that I went through, somebody cheated on me once back when that was, now most of the things I've been in have been open, but or a lot of them. But I remember I got cheated on in a pretty mild way in my early 20s, but it hit me so hard that it was the only time in my life, and I always look back on this when I'm trying to, it was just the only time in my life when I lost weight from how much something upset me.
Really?
I would be like still, and like food would like not inspire me. I would
That's
be like,
exactly
nothing moves me to move.
I didn't want to like eat a pizza either. Like
bonk.
I didn't want to go to sleep either. I didn't want to be awake. I didn't want to be asleep. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to drink. You're just kind of like
what a
depressed.
Crazy despair.
Yeah. Tell me, can you walk me through your experience with open relationships? So would you say you're not a jealous person? Is that like, would you say that's a manufactured conceit?
I don't think I'm a naturally extremely jealous person, but I've definitely experienced it plenty. I don't know. There's an idea. I'm far from the expert on this.
Yeah.
But there's an idea of... And I think this stuff, well, I at least follow one guy on Instagram, and he makes this great podcast, and then a third of his posts are like, I got another round of really intense comments about the open relationship stuff I said. So,
oh, really?
So we'll see. I don't know how controversial it is. To me, it feels, I think not most, but many of the gay men or couples I know are sort of open. Many are not. There's plenty of monogamous gay couples as well. You can do it any way you want. But yeah, I think openness has worked for me largely. To me, I just think of it as, maybe this is controversial. I don't know. I think of it as leaving room for something that's going to come up. It's like, you're never going to want to sleep with somebody else.
Well, this is one of those things where both sides are crazy. Like, I'm monogamous.
Yeah.
I see how that has it's like which pill are you going to take?
Yeah.
You're sort of, and I'm not asking you to represent it, but like the open pill is like, it's going to come up. It's absurd to think you're not going to want to. Why do we want that to mean, like what we've been told? Talk about marketing. We've been told that means you don't love the person you're with. Like,
when I see someone cheat and it destroys the person they got cheated on, or worse, destroys a family.
Yeah.
My thought is, this is so unnecessary. I'm serious. I go,
no, I love it.
For doing something that everyone on earth wants to do?
Yes. I love this. Valerie and I talk about this.
Yeah.
I think we're the kind of couple that if that happened, we would be like, details? That's an old Mike Birbiglia bit. But I love her so much. Yeah. Why couldn't I imagine some sort of situation?
I think that is one good version of the dream. Because sometimes as a gay guy, I feel like I see straight couples struggling with this stuff, and I almost want to be like, isn't there a way? I've even talked to a really close friend of mine about it, he almost ends up having these open relationships, but it's because he never really settles down and is maybe a bit of a playboy or something. But it's like, you want to be like, there's this thing where you could sort of be in a relationship, but allow room. But anyway, I'm babbling. But what I'm saying is, sometimes I think, well, the simplest version of the dream is in a married couple, you just go, yeah, we're basically monogamous. But if there's ever cheating, we'll talk about it and it won't destroy our lives.
Right.
And because if you can go, I'm really hurt. I want you to know that I'm really hurt and I don't trust you. If you can communicate all that.
Yeah. But we didn't make it like a all or nothing. Like we never came back from that experience. I really think this is worth talking about.
Yeah.
If you were my good friend and I cheated on my wife, I would tell you and you would understand. That would be your role.
Right.
But I do sometimes think we're playing the part of husband, wife, whatever it might be. And then we go like, well, I've seen this in every movie. And again, we're not open. I'm just saying like, I'm conceding that I'm cosplaying a kink, I'll even say, that this is the cardinal, it's religious. Yeah. This is the unforgivable sin, which is weird because if I did it, I would understand why I did it. And maybe that's why we hate it so much. Like, you think I don't want to fuck other people, but you did? Like, that was right? Right. We're on to something?
I think maybe that's what I want to say is like, well, that other person probably has people that they would like to hook up with too. So what if you both did that?
But going back to my lady lunch thing, I'm clearly still so kind of Christian and old-fashioned somewhere in there that I'm like, if you have sex with somebody, this is not a point of view that I'll defend. I'm just saying it's in there.
Yeah.
It's some sort of like hyper bonding. It's more
very deep.
There might be something true to that.
Yeah.
But like I think what the open people are trying to say is like I read Sex at Dawn. I read The Ethical Slut. I understand the counter. Sure.
Oh yeah,
I read
that's
the
where they talk about
argument.
unlearning jealousy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the idea that it's not, and it's learned to be jealous. Right.
I think I would think it's not learned, but could be maybe unlearned. But anyway, yeah, go ahead. You read those books, and
I think it's. I've tried to do a lot of bits about this where I go, it's just not worth it to me.
Yeah, I am more.
That's not a very compelling reason, but
yeah, no, I am more fully on board with monogamy than you would think, or than I'm letting on. I'm basically like totally like, yeah, I get it. I might try it again soon. Here are real practical benefits to monogamy. Your relationship is a settled thing.
Yeah.
And then you can focus on the rest of your life. And that's it.
Bro,
that's a big deal.
Bro, you went right to the core of it. I say to Val,
so when you're in an
time,
open relationship, you're like, I mean, especially books like, about how to function in open relationships. It's like, so I'm going to be having meetings about this for 4 hours a night.
You're helping me articulate. I've tried to say I'm not enough of a sex guy that I would want a spreadsheet where I'm like, and the joke is like, well, I did this last time I was with them, or whatever it might be. That's an exaggeration, but like what you just said, and Val and I, this is not like an issue with us, meaning being faithful to each other in that traditional way. Yeah. But when we do talk about it, I go, I'll never cheat on you because my life is interesting enough. Meaning, I don't need to start a fire.
Yeah.
There's something sex about doing stand-up. There's something sex about performing.
Well, you're getting tons of attention.
And reciprocity.
And art, you're making art, which is very
and there's
creative.
something mergy, and there's something witnessy about live performance. You know what I mean? But also just on a set, like in a scene, two characters can really witness each other. And I'm not saying I'm not an idiot. I don't think that's sex. But like when people have affairs, they might be looking for some eye contact. Jacqueline Novak had a great joke
looking
about
for a meaningful, connected experience.
a meaningful,
which
connected
you're
experience.
constantly. Yeah.
And you can have, look, I'm going to sound like Kanye West and before all the real crazy, but like, Dropout around that time. Yeah. I'm going to sound like a megalomaniac. I'm saying, if you can merge with your work and your authentic voice, that's sex too. There's something really like enlivening about that.
No, and what you're doing to me, incidentally, is pitching monogamy correctly.
Oh, interesting. Oh, wow.
Because I just think that I have dabbled in it. Isn't that so funny to say? Dabbled in monogamy. Somewhere in the last few years where there have been times, and I just am like, God, that is... Because you could also just, I mean, for me, with the nice availability to be open in many relationships, you can still just lean toward monogamy. I can just be like, well, how about I'm allowed to do stuff with other people, but I'm not going to try to, and I'm not looking for it.
That's what we always used to say.
Yeah.
Katie, can you remember? That's a 10-year callback. Yeah. Val and I used to call ourselves.
But that's not where I am right now. But it sounds
open.
Good. Yeah.
But we didn't act on it. But we knew we didn't own each other.
That's nice.
And we say that to each other. I go, but what's fucking... The reason I call it a kink is...
But maybe the permission is so freeing too. You're like, I could, and now I don't even want to.
That's exactly. I know.
So then I get to choose. You get to keep choosing each other.
But I'll go one further. Now that we've been married and together for 13 years, I'm like... And I do think it's a kink. I think it's maybe not a kink, but a fetish.
Thing? You mean like cucks?
No. What's that?
Like cucks that like to watch their wife cheat.
That is a kink.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm misusing kink. I just think there's something, if you can get into it, erotic about being like, you're mine.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Of course.
Yeah,
and we lean into that. Like I like to tell Val, like this is an overshare.
Right.
But I'll be like, I'm not one of those guys. Like I don't threaten her. There's nothing like that. It's just this like playful reminder of like, I'm jealous of you. Like I want you. Like I need you around. And she's the same with me.
It on the head,
Oh, is that right? I'm turning it into kind of sexy.
You're selling me on it.
Yeah.
No, I've had this. Yeah.
I am actually, I'm not trying to sell you on it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not sound like a total.
That's why it's a good sales pitch. Exactly. That's how a good pitch works. Yeah.
That's exactly
right. You don't even need to make this show. Yes. I mean, we'll go make it somewhere else.
FX, you could do it. You're doing fine. You take some nuts and you walk out.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the main pitch, I think, often for monogamy is that you're gonna kind of reach a deeper level of intimacy because you have this total trust, but really what you're saying is a really good hard pitch where you're like, do you understand how actively hot that is to be like, we only belong to each other.
Right. You know? That's what I'm saying. I think, and Val and I just leaned, there was a moment.
And then you feel really even freer with that person. And
Yeah, and you can do something new. Who said that? I think it was Brad Pitt of all people, but it was like, if you end something and then start a new thing, you're doing something you've done before. You have new relationship energy with somebody. But if you stay in the thing, you'll be in uncharted territory. That was the other.
Whoa, deep.
You know what I mean? It's like, now you've been with someone for 13 years. You've never done that before.
Whoa.
And don't get me wrong. If our shit got fucked and was jammed up, I wouldn't be telling you this. But Val is an exceptional person.
Yeah.
She loves you, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
We were like really bonded over how much we love you and the show together. It was really great.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a weird... I don't think it's that weird.
Sure.
I find as a man... that I am petty and fragile in a way that is underreported.
Yeah.
Men seem to be like practical and non-emotional and stuff. I'm just wondering, when you're dating men, are there tropes I'm not aware of? Like There's stuff in the male female community that a guy would be like on the lookout for or whatever. But I'm just wondering, like, do you see the classic layouts like, oh, this person's more into me than I'm into them, or I didn't mean to, but I'm hurting them, or like, oh, whoops, I'm just not that into you. Like, is the fragility at play?
What comes up for me is I'm at an age where I feel pretty well versed in most of it, and so when I'm engaging in a relationship or in a new relationship, lately I've been comforted at how I'm like, I basically know my way around these. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I'll
You
be
mean
like,
being
okay.
honest?
Even identifying with a level of dryness if they're not as into it as you are, and just going, okay, so I could keep sort of trying to stick it out and see, maybe that's just their way of expressing themselves. But I don't know. What I think is that the dream of being relatively emotionally mature is that you don't have this burning need for someone else to complete you. And I feel somewhere close to that.
That's good. And of course, that's not gay or straight. You're right to put it to your age. It's just like at a certain point.
Yeah, and I've been in a lot of relationships.
And I've again, I'm bringing up looking for friends, male friends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were talking about that.
It's exactly the same as looking for a dating partner.
Right.
It's exactly, I go home to Valerie and I go like, I've made this joke on the pod before, forgive me, but I'm like, a good man's hard to find. Like, it's hard to find a good guy.
But the problem is, I mean, having just been in a relationship for years, the problem is your primary partner, your partner, is so satisfying to so much of your socializing needs.
I know.
So what I found was that my friendships had dwindled, but not necessarily in a bad way, but because it was so fun to go to Japan with this buddy that I had all the time, you know?
Yeah. No, I hear that. And I hear Valerie's voice and my therapist.
Because you reach out to friends what I will say is when you're single, you really start to be like, oh, and you start to reach out to friends again, just very organically, a little bit like a life raft, where you're like, well, I need human love and interaction.
And then when you get married, I believe that was mentioned in Girls.
Was it?
Where she was like, I don't want to be those girls that are friends until we get married. And then like you realize they're just life rafts.
And then she's like, and I also just realized we're in a TV show. We're going to stop this. She's like, actually, this is all going to end as soon as it stops, like, as soon as the show stops existing. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, also, I did wait, we have to get back to what we were saying, but a sidebar is that I did this Lena Dunham flub. Love Lena Dunham, such a genius.
Wait, what's a flub?
I had an interaction, not even a two-way interaction.
I see.
Lena Dunham, from what I understand, well, first of all, Lena Dunham is a genius. I love her, and I have not read her new book, and she followed me back on TikTok. We follow each other on TikTok, which is great. This is from the Queen, and I think that maybe she liked English Teacher. I thought I'd heard that through the grapevine. And so then she made a video talking about how she likes giving advice on TikTok. And so then I watched that video and I'm like, I could use some advice, especially from someone as smart as Lena Dunham. So I send her a DM being like, hey, I know you can't give advice to everybody or something, being like, but I'd love to have lunch with you and get some advice sometime. I didn't hear back. She's on a crazy press tour or whatever.
Sure.
But then my friend Peter is like, oh, that's so funny. I just read her new book. There's like a whole part about how she can't give everyone advice who's always asking, like people are always asking her for advice.
Oh my God.
So I did the exact thing. And it's also like proof that I didn't read her new book. It's like, I'm really like showing
hilarious.
my ass. I'm like, buddy, any advice for
But
me?
she did say it. And if Lena's taught us anything, it's that people are changing moment to moment.
Yeah.
And you were responding to that one, not the one that wrote the book.
She's great. But she's been making a lot of like just TikToks like in her bed, which I relate to nothing more than that. Okay, what were we talking about? Male friendships. It's hard to find a good man. You don't need friends.
Oh, but my therapist and Valerie are like, there's a swath of human experience that is reserved for deep friendship.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
believe this, by the way.
You're like,
This
I
is what they
have
tell
it.
me.
Yeah.
I'm good. Val and I, we call it, it's so stupid.
But maybe you also like being alone more than most people. So then when you're
love
like,
being
well, I'm
alone.
not with her and I'm not with my kid. I'm alone.
I'm alone,
Yeah.
and it's-
So then you got to pencil in one male golf game a week.
Well, that's the problem. And then there's all
and
this
then what are you
pressure.
You're going to talk about? But you know what it also is? It's that you have a therapist.
Yeah, I know.
That's what your
That's
male
another
buddies are supposed to.
relationship. I
Marianne
know.
Williamson has this thing about that in her book. She's like, a lot of therapy these days is what used to just be friendship, and she's sort of saying it's.
Wow.
I mean, I'm in plenty of therapy
Guess
myself,
what?
but
My therapist is a woman.
oh yeah.
So that's a safe female relationship.
yeah.
And I do have one female friend, I should admit, maybe two, that I would go to lunch with. I just like to exaggerate because it's way funnier.
What's they're straight women?
They're straight women.
Single?
No, they're in relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes it that
I'm also
is good.
attracted to very few women. I know that sounds like such a boring fucking thing to say, but like I am
Your
either like
wife.
real.
Giselle, the model Giselle.
But it's so funny. I find
Beyonce.
Giselle, Beyonce, like I find like stunning women. I've never fantasized about them.
Right,
That's
right,
not my.
Yeah.
This sounds like I'm into
It's not my
pirates or
cup of tea,
something.
yeah.
I'm just
I'm
like
only into pirates.
the type of pirate woman that I like. You don't see very often.
Yeah.
And it's like Val. I think Val is like a real outlier. And like what's great about them is that they don't know that they're really somebody's cup of tea.
Right,
and
right,
that's
right.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And we're back to being disarmingly handsome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, understated handsome.
Because the really, really hot girls were the people that were bullies.
Yeah.
Not like overt bullies, but they were like unkind, cold women.
Right,
That just like
exactly.
remind me of being in junior high. And I'm like, this
I
fucking
know
sucks.
there is a level of hot that people can be where it's definitely not their fault, but you're like, your life has been so. The headline of your life, whether you know it or not, is that you
Is let me
you're-
get that for you?
Is just you're so hot, yeah.
We're
Which
so
is 30 Rock has
stupid.
that great episode about the bubble. You know that episode?
Probably.
She's dating John Hamm.
Yeah.
And he's like in the
Yes.
hot person bubble.
Yes.
And so he's like bad at all these things, but
he doesn't know.
And he does I think the hardest I ever laughed at 30 Rock was he shows her a drawing he does of her face, and it's like the worst drawing you've ever seen. It's so
I
crazy.
find it endlessly interesting that there are certain special effects
Yeah.
that, I mentioned that about gay kissing, but like height.
I love gay kissing.
I love gay kissing. I just call it kissing.
For me, I call it kissing. Yeah. That's the only kissing I ever do. Yeah. Wait, but about what? Hikes?
Oh no, just how I'll give it as an example. I've said this before, but if you watch Shark Tank, if a heavy-bodied person makes the pitch for a suite, they're like, "Hey sharks, I have a cookie dough company. You buy a cup of cookie dough." Mark Cuban and all of those
What do
guys
they
will be
do?
like, "How many calories is it, fatso?" Like that. I'm telling you, I don't
I've
think
not seen this.
it's the most reliable phenomenon on Shark Tank. Same pitch, same product, hot, skinny girl.
Because they realize it sells. Oh,
I'm saying these are investors. I'm not even saying it's
The
just
halo
them.
effect, the halo
It's
effect.
the halo effect.
Yeah.
It's tech CEOs as well. Like these are our saviors. But like we've watched it. There was a skinny blonde woman who had a cupcake company, and it was like, cupcakes filled with foie gras. Or something. It's like 2,800 calories, and they're gobbling them down, and they're going, "Sweetie, how much equity do I get for $1 billion?" The same product. They can't look past it. This is like
so
you with the
crazy.
height thing. It's like there's certain things that we are
Yeah.
gorillas. We're fucking gorillas, and we don't know we're gorillas.
I know. It
And
makes
that's the
you realize
most
we're doing
dangerous
it about
gorilla.
everything. We're doing it about everything without realizing it.
That's what I'm saying. Like you pitch something, and you look like who they like,
Yeah,
or who you don't like,
Yeah.
and it fucking sucks. And this is why so many awful systems continue to work. But one of them is definitely a
Shark
bias
Tank.
against heavy people.
On Shark Tank.
True. It's the most reliable.
Have you-
And if they're unattractive too, I'm sorry, like classically unattractive. Everybody's beautiful to somebody. I'm just saying, if they have an eye patch and part of their face is on fire, they're just like, get out of here, freak. They're so weird. But this is why you want John Hamm to be like Polaroid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. Have you ever this thing's been happening because I'm 38. Do you ever see somebody your age and you go, that's not my age, is it? Does that happen a lot?
Every day.
Yeah.
Can I please, please? I'm so glad you brought this up. Yeah. I'm noticing, because I'm 47.
That is crazy. You don't look 47.
Grazie.
I would put you 40, 43.
Okay, I'll take it.
It's not that great, man.
That's good.
Not that much help.
That's good.
42.
You'd cast me as 40.
If they blended,
See,
somebody on set blended the grays,
they got to
out,
blend them in. I don't even see
your skin
those.
is very young. Yeah.
Thank you, grazie prego. I really love this.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Well, you got to check.
Well,
the time.
I also brought this Korean. Have you gotten into Korean sunblock yet?
This is on Beef.
Is it?
They talk about Korean sunblock.
Okay.
Tell me.
Do you ever put on sunblock?
No.
This is not an ad. You never put on sunblock?
No.
Oh, well, then you got
What are
got
you
nothing
doing?
to grow. Well,
have
American
nothing to
sunblock. American sunblock you put on, and it feels greasy and it smells like sunblock.
Yeah.
And it's because in America we only have these certain few ingredients approved in our sunblock. So it's become a trend now that I'm now on board with.
This was on the show Beef.
When somebody tells you about it, you don't believe it, but they have ingredients approved in other countries that are not approved here that are equally good or even better at preventing the sun from burning.
You know
your
this?
skin. Yeah. And so this is called Beauty of Joseph.
I'm not trying to be funny because Koreans have very fair skin. They would be very serious about their sunblock.
They have some of the greatest skincare in the world. But this sunblock, it's like lotion. Here, I should put it on for the audience.
Yeah.
You put it on, and I swear, well, I'm gonna be so greasy for the rest of the show though. But I'll rub it in.
The point is that you don't get.
But look at this. Hopefully this doesn't backfire, but you can literally rub it into where your eyes are.
What?
And it doesn't burn because whatever the ingredient is doesn't. And this is sunblock.
You look like Data now.
And it does. Do I? And it doesn't smell like sunblock.
It doesn't.
It smells like rubber. Yeah. Do I look like Data?
No. You just have
For a
how
second.
Data was kind of shiny.
Yeah.
Brent.
It was covered in mica. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it. That's a good call.
Yeah.
I've never had a mineral riff on this show.
It was covered in mica. It's a mineral. But now, I probably look greasy.
No, you look a little, but not
It'll dry,
sunblock
it'll dry.
greasy. Not sunblock greasy.
But
I've
yeah,
done that.
38. You meet people that are your age, and you can't believe they're your age.
Look, I don't want to turn this into Queer Eye, but something I do admire about the community is you're keeping it tight. You'll see like a 70-year-old guy, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
I was thinking
I
about
see
that.
the 50 plus straights. Jesus Christ, Brian. Like nothing will motivate.
But I think this is an open relationship, close relationship.
Tell
thing.
me.
I think
it's
gay
because
guys,
you
as
wanna
they get
stay
older,
vital.
they stay on the market,
Yeah.
even if they're married. Not all, but many gay marriages are open.
You gotta
And so if you're on the
pretend.
market,
You
you're
gotta pretend.
fit.
You gotta
And if
pretend.
you're off market, the house is sold.
I'm glad that
you
I'm
don't
on
have
some
to repair
TV
the leak. If you don't want to, the person's not moving out of the house.
But I've learned that they might. So keep it tight. That's what it is. So
Barry's boot camp is my recommendation. Then, if you want to get into a fitness class, but like you're
clearly
saying,
you
it's
love
hard
it.
for what 6'4"? You're 6'4".
I feel like a Barry's boot camp would destroy me.
You can do. My pitch about exercise is you can do it. I think this is my pitch almost about life. I've heard this from somebody
By the way, you
else
don't
that
look greasy
made-
anywhere.
Okay, good.
It went
There you
like
go.
this.
Beauty of Justin. It's like, do you know the part where Kirsten Dunst becomes a vampire in Interview with the Vampire? Do you remember that movie? Do you remember that? Yeah. And she gets like curly hair and like sort of loses some weight. in her
Oh,
face.
yeah. I just remember her saying, I want
like
some
that.
more.
Yeah, I want some more.
Oh, it was creepy.
Wait, what was I talking
You're talking about fitness and Barry's boot camp and exercise in
Barry's
general.
boot camp.
Might be
Exercise
my
in general. My
philosophy of
pitch
life.
is, and this is my pitch also for other parts. It's like you can just do it, and you can do it as lazily. Market. You know, like in choreography, when you market, you don't do it full out. You could go to Barry's boot camp and just try to kind of do some of what they're saying. And then when you're on the treadmill, they'll be like, go at a 5, a 6, or a 7. You could do the whole thing 2 points down and go 3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And still, it's so much more than nothing.
Yeah.
And when they tell you to get the weights, they're going to be like 25-pound weights, or like you can get 5-pound weights that won't
Yeah.
even feel like you're lifting anything.
Yeah.
And if you do that, not only will it almost feel like nothing, but still you'll get a workout. You'll be a little stronger for the next one, and then if you kind of keep going, then you'll just build up to it, and then you'll get addicted to it in my experience, and then so it's like when I've had phases where I was sort of out of shape, it's like somebody told me, well, why don't you just go to the gym for 5 minutes and work out just for 5 minutes? I go, that's the whole deal. And then after the 5 minutes, what happens? You want to keep going. You're like,
of course.
Yeah, actually, it kind of feels good, But anyway, that's my only pitch about fitness.
Preach.
That's my queer eye. Your outfit is great.
Oh,
it is nice being an actor. You're always getting all this free
clothes, everything I'm
that
wearing.
are tailored to you.
Yeah.
It's great.
Sort of.
It looks great. I think that's Pete. It has to be on purpose.
Yeah.
A costumes person didn't mess up the length of the arm sleeve.
No,
did
I
they?
was a day player. They didn't give a shit.
They're like,
I do have a lot
put
of
him in the short jacket. Yeah.
crashing clothes. Well, the character's kind of a goof. The other thing I noticed, and I'm really saying this in the spirit of helpfulness, and I would say this to a different male guest that I felt was keeping it tight. In fact, I did say it to Ryan Sickler.
Okay.
Val pointed out to me, so Val's your age. She's younger than I am.
Yeah.
And we just noticed that what was cute, I hope this is the clip, what was cute in your 20s, meaning not giving a shit, wearing sweatpants with like one leg pulled up, shitty, dirty sneakers. This isn't about money. I'm just saying like some pride in your fucking shoes. Yeah. No effort here. That's fine. It's even cool in your 20s. Yeah. But if you ride that camel,
it's bad.
Past 50,
you'll be like a red-faced alcoholic.
And guys don't know. I'm not saying I'm the crispest person, but somebody at some point had to say, trim your nose hairs.
Yeah.
Somebody at some point had to say, trim your eyebrows, your ear hairs. Somebody used to say, don't get a haircut, I actually need one, but like just get a cleanup.
Yeah.
Those are my tips. But like I also just like, it doesn't have to be designer shit, but I watch guys my age wear a pair of pants 30 years past those pants being pantsable.
Yeah.
Like I've said this before, but shoes that look like collapsed souffles. You can see the number of toes in the shoe.
Yeah.
Like we need to fucking update. Like men, and I'm going to throw this to you, but I really feel like men and women, but I look at men and I go, we have the potential to be yeasty in a way that no other group can.
Yeah. I guess so.
Are you saying like women can too?
No. What comes to mind for me is that as a gay guy, I find men attractive, and maybe this is the same for women, but I find those very things attractive, like
unkempt,
like BO, and
I don't mind BO.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't mind BO on my
your
wife.
lover. Yeah, exactly. I am.
Yeah. In fact, you should like how your partner smells. That's a big thing.
I mean, I guess I don't like somebody who's like disgusting and crusty.
I like this.
But...
No, I feel you being polite to me. Go ahead and make the counterpoint. There is a way to be sexy, sort of like Joaquin Phoenix when he went through that phase.
Yeah,
is this what we're saying?
I notice something where there are men that are like doing too much to their appeal. Like, so at the extreme.
Oh, you see the other side, though.
Oh, yeah, this
You're
is
at
true.
those parties.
At the extreme, there are gay guys, more power to them if they like how it looks, but there are gay guys that get lip filler. And I'm like...
Cut it out.
I'm just like, who is asking for this? Or...
Yeah.
I guess I'm sort of like, whose eye is this for? But maybe it's just for their own eye.
Queer eye for my own eye.
Yeah, but I'm like, I've never been looking for big voluptuous... Because I guess like, I don't know. There's so many guys I think are hot with fully thin lips. You know?
Sure.
Or thick lips or whatever, but it's like...
Gosling's a thin-lipped motherfucker, isn't he?
Yeah, very common to have,
Yeah.
great-looking guys with thin lips.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Ram Dass.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said that
talk
because
about
I was
Ram
like...
Dass, huh?
Oh shit, we're almost out of time.
I know. I do need to pee. Let me pee so that we don't feel like
pee one more time.
Rush.
Yeah. I didn't mean to take ownership of you doing that. I approve of you peeing. Speaking of which, Val texted me. I checked my text and she was like, "Tell your boyfriend." So she called you my boyfriend, which is funny because I do get talent, non-sexual talent crushes.
Sure.
Where I was like,
yeah.
she's teasing me, but then she also has a crush on you, and she said, "What? Are you 80-20 for Val?" Like,
Yeah,
there's the episode. Are you 80-20?
No. But for Val, sure. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I thought we had a scoop. That's a line from the show, 80-20 gay buy,
yeah.
which is one of my favorite
It's
jokes
like beef,
of all time.
It's like beef fat. When you buy like a ground beef.
Yes,
80-20,
lean fat.
Yeah. A lot of things are 80-20. There's a lot of that gets used a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. 80-20?
80-20, yeah.
And what are the chances that it just
60,
perfectly adds up
60-40.
200? You know what I mean? Like everything is in
What are
tens.
the odds that 80 and 20
Would add up to
a fucking 100?
We do seem to share. Maybe it's because of our love of authenticity, and I would argue that it is. But I keep it to myself. But Val gets all of it, and some of my closer friends. But when I think somebody's gay and they're not gay, why is this the most interesting thing in the world?
It interests everybody.
Right? I guess.
Well, it's like you were saying that movies about people coming out are so interesting.
Yes.
So suddenly you're in that movie, you're like, so you gonna come out, or what's the situation?
But I also grew up in the Christian world, and a lot of the gayest men you've ever met are now married with children.
That is
crazy. So I sort of developed not an intolerance. Anybody, you can live whatever
a
life you want.
rigid intolerance.
But some of them did come out, and it was like a mitzvah. It was like the biggest joy that you were like, oh my God, we all knew you were gay.
I know. It's such a mess, though. You're like, you could have done this sooner. I don't know, but they were so pressured not to. I know. There was a guy that used to cut my mom's hair when I was growing up, and he was just like gay. In this way that was unmistakable.
Yeah.
And he had blonde hair, and he'd just talk like this, and he was Southern, and he was always telling all the gossip. And on the picture, there was on the counter, there was a picture of his wife and both of his kids. And I was
It's like Zach Galifianakis' character.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, what does he do? He does
His
that in
brother.
The Politician.
Yeah. But that was a
What's
thing he
called?
did in other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think. That's just caffeine, by the way.
Is it?
You can have it as a SOBie.
Is it?
Well, it's adaptogens, like lion's mane and stuff, and it's nootropics.
I know. What I do is sometimes I type in all the like ashwagandha. I'm always like
Ashwagandha is a adaptogen. I believe it's a
what the hell's an adaptogen?
root. It's just a fancy word for things that calm you down.
My funny story about this is I was on set for this new RuPaul movie that you should go watch in theaters called Stop That Train. And Natasha Leggero, is that how you say your last name? Leggero. Natasha
Which
Leggero.
sounds like, I am saying this just because it's you. It sounds like it is Leggero, but she's a gay man, so she says it's Leggero.
It's actually Leggero. Yeah.
I worked with a Giovanni when I was a waiter. And I was like, you're Gio. Like fucking, but I respect it.
There's these, I know somebody now named Gianluca. Have you ever met somebody named
Gianluca?
Yeah.
You do a thing that was very popular in my mind in the early 2000s, which is the triple name gay.
Oh, yeah.
That was like every gay was a triple name.
Maybe that was secretly a soft coming out. Yeah.
Oh, a soft coming out. Look, we've talked a lot of gay theory here, but there are ways that you want to tell people you're gay. So it would make sense that you'd be like, well, I'm thinking of my dear friend Brent James Sullivan. He stopped, but like,
what is it now? He stopped being gay.
Brent Sullivan.
Oh, okay. Right.
And he's straight now. Well, I assume because he dropped the James.
This Magic Mind. This is maybe a non-story. I don't know, but I was in the makeup trailer for Stop That Train in theaters now, and Natasha Leggero is like in the seat next to me, and I'm like, I need more coffee or something. It was like a commercial, and she's like, have you tried Magic Mind?
Because I gave it to her.
Exactly. And then I'm like buying it. I'm like, that sounds really great. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this is like SpawnCon that's like hitting me from a podcast you were she's like, well, Pete Holmes. And then she's like, well, yeah, he kind of owns the company, or he's like is invested in the company.
I like the rumor that I own the company.
Natasha, I was buying this.
Yes. But it's true, we did a movie together and I would give it to her.
Yeah. No, but then
and
she did love it. It's
They
organic viral marketing. Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll try it later. I just need to type in all these ingredients.
Well, yeah, if you want it, I'll have them send you some. Who cares? Well, we are almost out of time just because I should have. This was too fun. I should have not booked another thing after this.
That's okay.
Dumb dummy.
Maybe we'll do it another time.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I would love it.
This was great.
What is the question?
Parting thoughts?
Well, we didn't talk about God at all, and
oh yeah,
it's silly to maybe tack it on
so much.
Well,
I can talk about God fast.
Yeah, go ahead. Do a quick God.
Okay, wait. I'm talking to my friend yesterday. This is the God piece. I'm talking to my friend yesterday.
Cod piece?
Who was it? This is the cod piece, yeah. I'll say this. My friend left his church many years ago, and his life got a lot better because he was believing a lot of things that made him feel a lot of shame around being gay and stuff, and so that's great. But this is all to say he said like, yeah, so I don't believe any of that anymore. And I was like, well, are you spiritual now? Do you have a spiritual practice? Do you have a relationship to God now? And he just goes, no. and I found it really impressive. Yeah. And I know of at least one really famous drag queen who similarly is just like, no, I just don't believe in God and I don't really have a spiritual whatever.
Yeah.
And what's unique, in my opinion, is he and this drag queen are both extremely successful, ambitious people. And so I don't really know how to express this, but there is like a fear, fear of God, almost like a trembling, uneasy feeling I get when I think about what it must feel like to think that this is all there is. To be like, it's just this. It's just this, and it's you and me, and I'm going to get it.
Running.
Huh?
The clock is running.
Yeah, the clock is running.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in my car. I probably won't get in a car wreck, but maybe I will, and maybe I'll break my...
Yeah.
I have to have some unifying theory of... And maybe what's funny is maybe it's the same arrival point, but I'm going, I very much hope I don't get in a car wreck. I believe that God or the universe or life or whatever my spiritual feeling, that something is protecting me and that probably I'll be okay. And then if that does happen, it's part of the system of lessons I need to learn and the thing we're all here to experience. And I just think, wow, if you think this is all there is, I don't know what that would feel. But I think it would feel depressing. Yeah. So my other thought, just since I'm talking about God fast, my other thoughts are like, what I think though is I've long thought maybe for 10 or 20 years, because I was very spiritual, even in high school. And I would read a lot of like, what is it? Sufi poet. If I don't know what it's called,
Rumi.
Obviously. Yeah. Rumi and, what's it called? So I have often thought, well, faith works. Whether or not you're right about what you're having faith in, we seem to know that if you sort of believe that something is taking care of you, that you're more likely to be taken care of, right? So I sometimes think, well, even it's like on a practical level, God could... Even you could just be talking about all of this and everything extending in every direction and the vibrations of me. And if I pray to God, even if I'm praying to all that, and then that has a positive effect because I'm praying to my own subconscious thoughts and the literal vibrations and whatever. If that works, then it's all the same thing, which brings me to, I just love that thing you say about like, okay, so you think nothing created all this, and then we return to nothing, so you're returning to your creator.
Right.
It's like
you just summarized that really well.
Yeah, it's good to let it. Yeah, you can see the ways in which it's all a wash.
Well, that's why you are believing in nothing is believing in something.
Right.
And I'm not saying that to be like, gotcha.
Yeah.
There's actually, I think the way that people behave belies.
Belies is
Yes.
I never am still sure how that's used.
I don't know. I was going to say
apparently it's often used
betrays.
as the opposite of.
Oh,
Let's look it up.
I think it speaks to an unconscious faith in a bigger picture.
This is what it is. We think belies means reveals, but it actually means conceals.
Oh, that was on my card. You're interested in people talking wrong.
Oh yeah,
that's the things
belies
we're looking
is
to the
person's
most.
Singular. Oh yeah, form of the verb belie. It means to contradict, misrepresent, or give a false impression of something.
Well, then maybe am I using
to
it right?
misrepresent?
I'm saying like, if you look at the way
disguise,
people
it disguises something.
Okay, because I thought that was true when I was in the church. I was like, I think the way you're acting, I don't necessarily believe that you think everyone who doesn't believe what you believe is going to hell. I didn't really feel, and that was actually a relief. I didn't feel that urgency. And that I was like,
oh, it's almost like we all secretly know this is a metaphor. And if
yeah,
you need,
that's right.
if some of
but
you need to
even
take
if
it
you don't know
literally.
it here, somewhere in your being, you know everything's okay.
Yeah.
That it's going to work out. So it doesn't really matter what you believe.
Whatever it takes to get to that. And so my friends who don't say they don't believe in anything, I'm like, I hope you think it's all going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because I have to.
I think he made that point well, because I had Dr. Drew on the podcast, and he was like, I've been with a lot of people when they're dying, and he's like, the people that had believed in something, it's weird to want to have a good death, but like did a lot better. I know that's a weird thing.
And I think about that practically too. I go, if something did all this
Yeah.
and brought me to this point, whatever that is, even if it just is the series of magical events, that same thing is obviously going to take me off into death correctly.
Right.
You know, I've actually said that about my show being canceled, which is a deeper cut for me right now in my life. My TV show got canceled after 2 seasons. And a lot of fans want me to try to get it back on the air. And even friends will be like, can't you, try to get it picked up somewhere? And we did, we tried to get it picked up some other places and it didn't work and whatever. But I could still, whatever, I could try to do more to rescue it or something. I probably it's not possible. I'm not speaking ill of it getting canceled or whatever. I think it's just a numbers thing, and I understand that. But what I say,
Nope, that played well.
okay.
I'm like your press person. I like that.
Yeah. I understand it getting canceled is just a numbers thing. But what I say sometimes to a friend who's like, oh, your show got canceled. It's a little bit like something Ram Dass says that I'll say next, but it's like, oh, your show got canceled. That's such a bummer. I wish there was some way to get it back. And I say, like, if everything happened right to get that show to happen, this magical show that in my heart I sort of knew I was going to make my whole life, and that you have this real connection to where I'm like, it is that good. Yes, that is what I meant to make. How could it be wrong that then it got canceled after 2? The same guiding principle
That's really good.
is taking me to
That's
whatever
really
I'm
good.
meant to do next.
Why are we only trusting it when it's like
good?
in our favor?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love that.
That's good, right? And that's faith.
That's
Ram
brilliant.
Dass had this. Maybe
Sorry,
you've
we're
heard
out
this.
of time. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I hate that you believed me. Go, please.
Ram Dass was talking to Oprah. You've probably heard the talk, but he had this stroke, and he was talking to Oprah after the stroke, and he was like, "People were asking me after my stroke, are you sad? You got a stroke? Are you having a hard time? You got a stroke?" And I said, "No, I'm sad because I lost my faith. I can't find my faith." And then he found it again, and he was like, "And then I was fine."
Right.
Like
right.
that. So I had a similar thing with getting my show canceled, where I was when I found my faith again in that and going, and even this, and even this is right.
That's
then
right.
it's like,
Well, it's funny because in Be Here Now,
That's
Ram
deep.
Dass, I think about it all the time. He goes, fame, shame, gain, loss, pleasure, pain, and he goes, same.
yeah.
And it took him. He also
What does he
has-
say? Suffering is great.
Yeah, suffering is great. He also says when you withstand something that you didn't think you could, a loss or whatever, he goes, well, then you must not be who you thought you were.
Whoa, you're stronger.
Right. And you were always that stronger. You just didn't know. Whoa. And then, I love, this is a great way. I do have to go.
Good ending.
It's a good ending. We hit a lot of good peaks here.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I hope I wasn't too excited to talk. I was very excited.
Are you kidding?
And,
This is the most fun I've had in months. This
Oh,
is
I'm so
great.
glad.
Yeah, I'm so grateful.
I've been plugging English Teacher like crazy. Maybe we'll have Sean on too. He's so
yes,
good.
yes. Watch it on Hulu. English Teacher on Hulu.
On Hulu. And
Yeah,
would you say
great show.
keep it crispy? It's just how we end. It's how we sign
keep
off.
it- keep it crispy.
You did it.
Oh, I loved every moment. Thank you so much.
You made it weird. You made it weird. You made it weird. Oh yeah. You made it weird. You made it weird. You made it weird. Oh yeah.